Okay. Okay. I think we're live. I think we're doing the thing. Let's see.
Right now.
I think it's happening. And I think it's happening right this fucking second, as a matter of fact. Oh, man. Guys,
Fungus.
hello. Welcome back to the damn Goonsday Preppers stream. Today, we're going to be joined by hopefully the rest of the homies. They should be pulling up to the unction, as it were. Um, Let me see here. Oh, Bone said he's still driving home. Um, he was what was Bones doing? Prochaban, do you know?
He had to do some Bones bullshit. I don't really know what he's up to.
Very good.
He had the driver. I think he's getting deployed to the Middle East, dude. So he's gonna have the pedigree
Ah,
pretty
yes.
soon.
A pedigree upgrade, as it were.
Yeah.
It says my mic is quiet. Let's try. Cat, relax, would you? How's the mic sound now? Is it a little bit better? Glow so bright. You want to be on the stream, dude? You can hop in. Fuck it. This cat is going fucking nuts. Relax, dude. All right, cool. All right, if mic's better, or if it's a touch more on your mic. Okay, here I'll turn it up. No, it's good. Okay, we're good. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know why it was turned down. Sorry about that, guys. Cat, calm the fuck down. Look at this guy. You believe this guy? Anyway, fucking yeah, dude. Fucking Bucky, you wanna hop in? Fucking, we can make that happen. Are we friends on Discord? Let's get a special guest tonight. It's a special night, so let's get a special guest on here. But yeah, oh my god, Bones is getting a pedigree upgrade. He's did a formal submission to upgrade his pedigree because people were making fun of him, saying that he wasn't doing too much, wasn't doing enough. So what are you gonna do? He's gonna go and play in the sand for a little while, and I think he'll come back and be a stronger and even better man than before.
He'll definitely get some. He'll get some sun. Might have a little bit of a suntan.
Yeah, no shit. People are still saying I'm a little quiet. I'm gonna turn up real quick. I'm gonna turn up respectfully.
Turn up, boy. Yeah, I have you on max, so.
Okay. How's that, Chad? Is that fucking better? Is that loud enough for you? I gotta be careful because this mic is very very sensitive. If I'm not too careful, I might blow out everyone's eardrums. So, so I gotta fucking be careful. All right. Sorry, Procher fan.
It's all good.
He said more. Look, I'm just, yeah, too loud. Yeah, no shit. That's what I'm saying. All right, here. I'll turn it back down a little bit.
Oy vey.
Goodness gracious. All right, here. I'll turn it down to 70. It was at 80 before, so now we're at 70. I think we're okay now. We're just touching the yellow in the mixer. Okay. So, I don't want to go beyond that. I might blow up the entire stream. So yeah, tinnitus simulator. Yeah. But yeah. So the rest of the boys should be here. If not, I mean, fuck. Well, me and Proach Brown will run it like we'll run this shit like diarrhea, respectfully. Or we'll get some fucking. Maybe we'll get some guests on here. I don't know. Some quirky little guests. You know.
It'll be a little crazy. That'll be a little quirked
We'll get
up.
a
A
little
little
stinky, a
crazy.
little stinky in the chat. Fucking. I don't know. Maybe we can get who do you think would be a funny guest to get on here? Oh, Bucky just sent me. Okay, hold on.
Close of Right is one of my strongest channel members. Yes, that's a thing some people are doing. We love the support,
Mm,
so thank you,
mm.
Close. very based.
Yes, we love that. Glow So Bright is a
Funny, it's
very cool YouTube
kind
channel if you guys haven't seen it.
I mean, we could do kit roast. We could do other submissions. Could do meme submissions. Could be all kinds of fun
Oh
things.
yeah, yeah.
Got to prove.
The original topic of tonight, unfortunately, guys, tragedy has struck in in Goonstown, USA, and Uncle's laid off right now, man. Uncle's fucking out of a job right now, so I'm about to start throwing that ass in a circle on the fucking corner. I don't know what to do, chat. I'm out here fucking house husbanding it up and fucking I don't know what to do with my hands, dude. I'm saying fuck it. You know what? We're gonna do YouTube shit until until better days come around. Either I gain employment gainfully, or I become a hyper successful micro niche YouTube star in some way. Maybe I'll become a VTuber. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the wind takes us. All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, since OG started, there's like three other people in the masks that I've seen. There's a green guy on Instagram. There's a black guy, but
Yikes.
pink is kind of the OG.
Yeah. No. I think I have a I think I have a monopoly on the pink mask, as it were. We're like Power Rangers, the goons who wear masks and such. So if you're brave enough to wear a colored mask, I feel like I've seen most people wear green. For some reason, they think that's like the safest option. It's not too crazy, right? It's not too keck. It's not too cringe. So, but me,
Uh,
however, motherfucker,
you're still
motherfuckers,
wearing a ski mask on the internet.
yeah,
It's all good though.
right. It's like motherfuckers are afraid to be corny, but dog, I was born on the cob. All right. Oh shit! Hold on, what do we got here? Entity the Void donated 20 shekels. He says, I am Uncle OG's strongest supporter. Get a job, you bum. Yeah, I'm working on it, King. I'm fucking working on it. Nah, I do have something in the works, guys. Construction industry, okay. Slight docks, alright, if you don't know, now you know, nigga. So fucking literally when you're working in construction and it comes to be white boy wigger winter, sometimes you get laid off. It's what happens. It happens to the best of us. So, you know what? I'm gonna take it in stride, and I got another job lined up anyway. All right, I'm just waiting for him to fucking call me back. It'll be fine. But until then, I'm gonna simp and pretend to be a kicked puppy that lost his job, and I'm a house husband, and I'm a fucking neat and a loser. Anything for views, right? Anything for views. That's what we do on YouTube here. We celebrate uh, illegitimate milestones for subscribers from time to time. We we copy trends. It is what it is. That's the games we play. It's the games we play, chat. So
Our opinions never change. They're rock solid from
ever,
video to video.
ever. Yeah, we don't ever make videos talking about how we hate one thing and then how much we love it 2 weeks later. That's the receipts just simply do not show that to be the case. But yeah, thank you for
Not
the kind donation, brother. Respectfully. Mm. But yeah, well, Bucky, if you're down, if I can, you wanna hop in the stream whenever you're ready. Just shoot me a message, and we'll get you on here, and it'll be lit.
hop in. The stream's warm.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. But on topic here. So, yeah, I'm now unemployed, respectfully, of course, and it got me thinking. Damn, like I had all these plans to, get pieces of kit and do review and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to try out some different kit concepts and shit like that. I was working on a fucking standard issue goon rifle build, but now that the cash flow has been cut off, I'm out here with my pants down, dick in the wind, respectfully. So it got me thinking, just how much shit is required for a goon to be or a Minuteman to be or whatever proverbial um, you know fucking what's the word, militiaman word you want to use, you know what I'm saying? What is necessary, what is needed in order to be efficacious in your job, in fulfilling your duties as a sovereign citizen of America? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lot less than we think. I see people in what the fuck is that shithole called? Myanmar. Motherfuckers are out there with like wearing fucking skirts and flip flops, cell phone in their waistband, fucking one mag in the rifle, like like putting work, like running fades on like actual, actual third world militaries and shit like that. And so I'm like, damn, you know what? Not saying that that's what like my goal is here. Respectfully, FBI, if you're watching, that's not my goal here. But you know, if if we're LARPing here, it seems like they can get it done with very 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 fucking little. So I was kind of curious to have this conversation, as it were, and see what your thoughts were, see what the chat's thoughts were. What do you think? What do you think is necessary in order to be efficacious as a freedom fighter
Yeah.
in America?
In 2025 America.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is I would rather go into a period of unrest with more rifles than less, right? I would just rather have the options. But the reality is, we lost the last two global conflicts to guys in sandals with AKs
Mm.
and iron sights, right?
Very
So,
true.
I mean, some people debate that, right? If we won or lost. But dude, yeah, I think high speed kind of trumps everything, and nothing's higher speed than no optic on your rifle and minimal gear, maximal cardio for
That is
sure.
speed. Like there's nothing to slow you down because you have nothing.
True.
All right, looks like the Bing Bong boy is ready. Let me get him in here. All right, Glow So Bright, you're in the group chat. Go ahead and just hop in the fucking call at your
Holy
earliest convenience. Let's see what chat has to
Glow so
say.
bright. If we said anything unbecoming in the group chat, please don't clip it.
I know you're like the information guy, all right? I know you like to report and stuff like that, but maybe let some
Yeah,
of this shit slide, all right? What happens in the group chat stays in the group chat. It's just, boys, it's just like a room talk. It's just like a room talk.
just be chill.
Just
Be
be
chill.
chill. Whatever you do, be chill, all right? Just calm down. Just calm down.
Glow so bright. It's like, whoa, these guys are more base than I thought. There he is.
Hey, there we are. Yeah, dude. Let's fucking go. Oh shit, Fultism donated $5.67. That's a weird amount of money, but thank you. He said, "Now's the time to steal a sewing machine and start the gear company." Dude, you ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? My back's against the wall here. I gotta make something happen. This is my World Star Hip Hop come up story. All right, the fucking streets need me to fucking perform, to adapt, regardless of my lack of income, as it were. So, yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Lucas Botkin is starting the nylon
In his
game.
closet,
It's
dude, or in his closet, in his
And,
fucking garage.
Rebels Raiders is going to do an export business over in Vietnam. Just hire a bunch of Vietnamese people to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Rebels Raiders. That was quick. Wasn't he already selling like Chinese stuff, basically, like sort of like Tacticon armament kind of deal?
No, like it's his own designs, and then he would
Sure.
like forward the technical things to the factory, not just
Okay.
OEM, like white label, just garbage you find on
Ah,
Temu.
okay, okay, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, it did
Never,
so
look unique, like it was thought out, but I was like, there's no way that
well,
it's this cheap without being made by
it's
by
all
Bugman hands.
transparently made in Vietnam, so which is good.
so
At
you're
least they
saying the war was worth it, and we brought capitalism to Vietnam. We
You're
won.
welcome.
which is a lot better than other companies where they would falsely put like a like more reputable brands would falsely put a made in America tag like LBT or
Hmm.
Sandpiper of California.
Yeah,
Like all that
Sandpiper,
junk
no
being
shit.
sold in like
The
the
most ripped off
VX and
designs
stuff.
I've ever seen. Fucking Thirsty Tree for $1.99 says Uncle OJ, Uncas OJ. He says the #1 pink mask streamer. Let's go, dude. Thank you very much for that. Big. We're making it out the hood with this one, respectfully. But yeah, no, Sandpiper. It's like I see a lot of American companies doing that shit, man. Where like trying to think like SOG, fucking Sandpiper, and like Midway.
London Bridge Trading was a
Yeah,
big
it's like
one. They
they
had a
all
big
have
scandal.
the same designs of shit. It's just a different brand sewn on, and it's just like, but there'll be wildly different fucking costs associated with them. It's like this is gay. I'm like I'm not buying any of these now. I'm like I'm not gonna get fooled into that, you know.
And ironically, the what's called LBX stuff from like Evike would be clone correct then for a military surplus LARPing.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, there was a time in my life where all of my tactical gear was acquired through like Airsoft GI and Evike. You know what I'm saying? Just because like growing up in the fucking Midwest in the 2000s, late 2000s, early teens and shit, it was just like you can't just go to a gun store and buy a fucking plate carrier. You know what I mean? Like your best bet was like going to Bass Pro and like buying Black Hawk shit, which was fucking way overpriced and not that good. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah,
doo doo feces.
I was fortunate enough to have a military surplus store. It was GF's Alice or the
Yeah,
90s LBV, but it's a lot better than a lot of the other commercial stuff that was often found in the same surplus stores that was more expensive,
yeah,
unironically. So I ended up having a blessing in disguise, rocking like 90s surplus.
yeah, and that's
But
still
now
relevant
it's
today. Fucking surplus. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately I didn't have that luxury. The closest surplus store to me was like an hour and a half drive, and when you're fucking 17 years old, you're like, I'm not going that fucking far for some bullshit. You know what I mean? So, Omni Brian, for 9.99, he says, I got something you can work with your hands for some cash, if you know what I mean. Unk with a K. Love that. Thank you very much. Go ahead and DM me after the stream. I love freelance work, so it's dollar make me holla. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, nothing beats spare mag in the pants pocket for just running around.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Or even like, dude, I've seen fucking dudes for some reason or another. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to fucking point your nose up and be a snob. When you see like the like you said, like the $20 fucking white label shits that are just like copied over and over and over again, and usually they're made like shit. Usually. But then it's like I got this dude that I've been training with for like almost a decade. Known him for a long time. And he has like the same like I don't think Condor sells them anymore, but it is like a one of those just made in China fucking like 4 double mag pouches up front, 2 sustainments on the sides, and a gigantic illegally sized map pocket in the middle. Like X across the back harness, fucking canvas. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like it's the Chink Chicom, you know what I mean? Sold to the Western market, and we might try and pull up some shit here. We'll do some online shopping in a little bit, because I know you guys
I
like
find in
that
my own
shit.
experiences, like a lot of the Condor, a lot of these like Yadeka, no name like Chinese stuff,
Mm-hmm.
is that it would be like, oh, the airsofters use it a lot, it holds up to there, but then we keep in mind is that an airsoft magazine for electric gun is very very lightweight, and a fully loaded AR-15 mag's like a pound,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then all the stitching would blow out after like 2 weeks of hard use.
yeah. And then you get 2 mags in there, or 3 mags if it can fit it. Fucking yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've had hit or miss
Uh,
with some
un-
kit.
Unironically, the cheapest piece of kit that also works incredibly well for the money is the canvas Chicom rig. Like it doesn't have any Bartek stitching, just straight stitching, but it holds up surprisingly well for a long time.
Oh yeah.
It's fairly easy to just modernize it and like sew in Velcro if you have a decent sewing machine
Yeah,
and
so
some
you're not using the
creativity.
weird acorn fucking knob things, whatever the fuck they're called. GWAT,
Oh,
welcome in,
what's
brother.
up?
What up, gangsters?
Hello, brother.
1 second, my audio's fucked up. It's on my end, though. I'll figure it out.
Okay, okay. We got a dono from Battle Rifles. $1.99 says, I could supply standard mil-spec parts for the build. Shit. Hey, we just got done actually doing a video just this past weekend. I don't know if you guys are familiar or if you're aware. I do have, excuse me, an Instagram. If you just look me up, I think it's quite literally just Uncle OG on Instagram. It's on my YouTube page, like the actual page landing, so there's a link there. But go check it out. I'm teasing some of the new clips, new photos from the video I just did. And if you guys remember that absolute dumpster fire of a optics setup I was teasing last stream, it was for that build. And all I'm going to say is it's going to be a good one, boys. And the boys helped supplement that build almost entirely. I think the only things I bought on that build was, like out of my own money, was the scope and one of the mounts for the 45-degree optic. And that was it. Everything else was supplied, and my ammo, obviously. I used my ammo. But everything else was goon funded. So it's a return on investment, guys. I'm telling you, when you actually donate, that shit goes towards my weaponized autism into making content. So thank you for that. But if you want to send me parts too, I'm down for that. Fucking a lot of the parts were physically provided, not so much bought. So it's up to you.
Oh no, he disappeared.
He died from cringe, Dutch.
but nowadays, like if I were to recommend like inexpensive starter kit that's an excellent stopgap, can last you a very long time and very 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 good for the money, I'd say a used taps rig. You can find all the pouches. Not taps is also good, but the flick rig.
Oh yeah, flick for sure. I love the flick. Honestly.
On eBay, you can get it with like an assault pack with a stiffener, all the pouches to outfit it. Sometimes even throw in a canteen or two for like $60 on eBay.
Yeah, like the rifleman kit or whatever, where you get all the pouches. Like some of them unopened, in the like off colors and shit, like the desert tan colors and whatnot. Get them shits for, like you said, like way less than $100. It's nuts.
Or for something standalone that you want to expand on it, the Air Force H harness, which is a copy or a contract version of the Eagle H harness that was used in the Marine Corps.
Really? Because the actual Eagle Industries H harness is kind of like somewhat hard to find a little bit in my findings or lack of findings.
The Air Force design is the same thing, like the UCP Tiger Stripe.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people love it, and it's I think it's like the Russian Smersh, except actually modular, and you don't have to, if you want to remove or change a pouch or so, you don't have to disassemble the entire rig to do that.
Right. And honestly, that Tiger Stripe, good candidate for RIT green dye, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, amazing. Totally with like Kelly Green or Green Apple.
Mm-hmm. What do we got here? Jim Eagle UC says, "Yo, hey, Uncle OG, mask supremacy. Just got a 300 black upper. Holy moly, that bad Mama Jamma is video game quiet. Will complement my M79 in 37mm as well." Shit.
Nice.
Nice.
See, that's the thing about 300 black is it is so quiet. I feel like it's a little slept on for that purpose, you know?
It's purpose built.
For sneaky stuff.
It's purpose built. You know, once you start, in my opinion, all right, we've kind of talked about this a little bit, I think in the last stream me and Bones just talked about that in the last video that we did, which, by the way, me and Bones just did a video together on his channel. If you want to go check it out, link in the description. We kind of talked about, like, you know, people trying to stretch the legs too far, so to speak, on certain builds and whatnot. Which was kind of the whole point of the rifle build that I just did, was like, let's just see like how many directions we can go here and go as far as fucking possible. You know what I'm saying? With spending as little as possible. And yeah, I think once you start trying to go to GP territory with 300 black, it's just like, okay, you know, diminishing returns real fucking quick, in my opinion.
My friend took a Sig Rattler 300 blackout, put a suppressor on it. It's amazing with subsonics, but with supersonic ammunition, it's more like an expense. It's more like a better Draco, like a Draco with better ergonomics, but at a very high price.
Yeah, yeah, it's just twice as much money just to feed it. GWAT, how you doing, buddy? You got everything figured out?
Doing good, boss. Doing good.
Very good, very good. Fucking guys, real quick. It seems like most of you are on top of it, which thank you, thank you, thank you. But got 47 homies in the chat right now. If you could please hit that motherfucking like button, helps get this stream out to other goons in need, other unemployed goons in need, to get this vital information on how to arm themselves for the Ass-Krakistan invasion. So please go ahead and do that if you can. Thank you very much. If you want to support, go ahead and support. It's up to you. Speaking of battle rifles, $1.99. He says, Gloso, the in-range vid was great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
thank you. So we kind of got everybody's take on it so far.
No,
Sorry,
I just said hello in a focus strip stream last Friday, and the day after I had to wake up super early to do a competition, actually touch grass and shoot guns. Crazy. It's a crazy concept.
Wow.
And Russell Fig was buttering me because I just basically blew him off, ignored him because I actually have to go shoot and film and do interact with other people.
Nice. Very nice.
Middle of the pack, and I had a 1911 45, and I was going against like unlimited 9mm pistols.
Made it work though.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Like you said, making it middle of the road like that. That's impressive for old world technology, as it were.
But I ended up like having to use the 1911 more just because I end up using more 5.56 and 9mm. But from estate sales, you can find really, really cheap 45 auto.
Estate sales.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
No, sometimes you'd find like some guy like he left behind like a Colt 7, like Colt Series 70, like Mark IV or something like that, and like, I can't take the pistol, but I can take the ammo.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking dude, I had a 70 series Mark IV from the I think it was from the 80s or something like that. It was vintage. It was very nice. Very, very pretty pistol, don't get me wrong, but God bless, that was probably the most uncomfortable fucking pistol I've ever shot. Like, hands, bar none. Bar none. The fucking beaver tail on it is so thin and so sharp. Like, it was just beating the dog shit out of my hands, handling all that 45 stopping power. You know what I mean? I couldn't handle it. Maybe it's because I just got these little hands. You know what I mean? I got these baby hands. They're too soft. I've been unemployed for too long, and now my hands have gone soft.
You got to do the whole like naked snake package.
Yeah. Fucking GWAT. What's your opinion? We went round robin here and asked the homies here. What the initial question put forth is, you know, say if money was the biggest issue in the world, okay, how much or how little do you need in order to be an efficacious goon in the LARPosphere, in the fucking end of the world SHTF, end of the world as we know it, Agenda 21, 2026, end of the world as we know it, fucking LARP timeline. What do you need to be an effective goon in such times?
Yeah, not a lot, and you can get it all super cheap too. Right, if you wanted like the full spread EDC, go get yourself a police trade-in pistol. I'm a Glock fanboy personally, but whatever, right? Go find yourself a police trade-in for cheap. Extra magazine, flashlight, pocket knife. I would say tourniquet. The biggest thing that I would spend money on is the tourniquet. The pocket knife and the flashlight can be almost gas station level disposable if you're really that pressed for funds. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Better than nothing. And that shit you're going to use, and it's going to get lost and broken eventually anyway, so you really don't want to spend $1 million on it. And then for like your fighting load, dude, you know, long gun, ammo, water. The cheapest you could probably do that would be a Maverick 88 or a Partner Pump 12 gauge. and then some sort of a satchel with a mess of buckshot in it, and a JanSport with some bottles of water in there.
Mm.
And I mean, you can if you're in shape and you understand some basic stuff, you know, you're not a stranger of sleeping in the woods or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. You can come on patrol. You know, you can participate in neighborhood watch. You can, you know, et cetera, as I already said.
Yes, I think the shotgun route for the terminal broke boy is heavily slept on. You know, I think
It'll do everything.
it
It'll
will.
protect yourself. It'll hunt squirrel. It'll hunt dove. It'll hunt bucks. It'll fucking take down a grizzly bear. It, you know, it does it all. One gun does everything. One gun and like 4 or 5 different types of ammunition.
Yeah, even arguably out to like effectively out to like 100 yards. I think is a pretty
Yeah, if
fair
we're
assumption.
so like the whole shotguns are only good at 25 yards is like police home defense world. That means with a normal 12 gauge and an 18-inch barrel and no choke and just cheapo buckshot at around 20 to 30 yards, you're going to expect 1 or 2 of those pellets to no longer be on a chest-sized target any longer, right? Okay, which if I'm in like a cop or it's in my house, I want all of my rounds to be on target because I don't want any liabilities. I don't want my wife to get hit, my neighbors, et cetera, right? But if we're talking like fucking Ukraine combat, World War III, whatever the hell, like, yeah, sling that buckshot at those motherfuckers out 100 yards away. You know, it only one of those hitting somebody is gonna be a bad day for them. You don't need all 9.
Right.
Fuck everyone in that direction.
Yes.
Right now.
Here, catch.
I'd say-
You got 9 chances.
No, I haven't answered that question, but I think the my own answer would be learn medical first, stock up on food, potable water, ways to purify water, redundant ways to cook food. Most of the budget would be like towards beans and lentils. Emeries and mountain houses are great for high-speed stuff, but you need to eat most of the time and still be able to sustain yourself.
Right. Yeah, no, I think regardless if you're broke or not, which I see these donos, I'm going to read them in a second. Fucking, if you're broke or not, I think, you know, if you're starting out, skills is kind of the first acquisition you need to have rather than stuff. And I think we've parroted that a lot. That's law around these parts, all right? You know, to minimize your chances of being a liability is not so much what you have, it's fucking, if you have it, it's how you use it. If you don't have it, it's what do you know? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're, you know, if you're able to get blessed and somebody just says, here's my, you know, $300 fucking PSA shitter build or some shit like that, or hey, here's my fucking partner pump, like stand guard and fucking don't fall asleep, or you know, here do this, do XYZ, you know what I'm saying? And fucking, if you're on your own, like you said, fucking, how are you going to keep yourself from not dying? Because more than likely, I think the combat aspect of it makes up this much of the pie chart that's this big. You know what I'm saying? The rest of it, the more likely thing that's going to kill you in a fucking grid down scenario or whatever the hell you want to use, fucking top of the pyramid sort of situation, is going to be that starving, that fucking medical, that hydration, more than likely, especially in areas where access to somewhat clean water is scarce, such as the Midwest. Just for you guys that are in the Midwest, understand agriculture. That irrigation ditch is not safe water to drink, even if you put it through your life straw. It will fucking kill you. It will become the death straw very quickly.
Yeah. My own observations on American militias would be that a lot of the older constitutional militias, the patriot militias, have been around since the 90s and haven't collapsed and haven't been known to collapse. And they would put logistics and food storage, all that stuff, at a very, very, very heavy emphasis. And then, like, oh, you already have an SKS? Well, that's good enough for now.
Yep. That'll get you by.
Oh, yeah, for
center
sure.
fire rifle.
You have gauze.
Fucking,
yeah,
it'll shoot
gauze.
100 yards plus. You're good.
Gauze, cold weather clothing, caches of rice and beans, a mess kit to clean everything in, soap, having soap, hygiene, all that sort of stuff. And then I find it the other side on the far left paramilitary, a lot of it is just offensive stuff, like $1,000 plate carrier, got an SBR with a suppressor on it, you know, all the like equipment standardization, fire retardant, multicam uniforms, and without any sort of consideration to how much minimum food to have, defensive doctrine, it's all offensive.
Yeah, for
and
the
that is
the paramilitary aspect, you're saying.
yeah, where I don't see any evidence of any sort of appreciable logistics or food storage or anything like that, or to like help out the community or so. More about kill somebody, steal their crap, or redistribute among the oppressed, or whatever.
I think it's just consumerism. It's the military age males essentially, right? I know it's not the entirety of the demographic, but the military age males see what's going on in reality and they experience stress about it. So to alleviate that stress, they buy a bunch of stuff because that's what's in our culture, and that's a whole nother bag of worms, can of worms to open up. But so they just hoard stuff. And they think I'm gonna have to fight, so they hoard a bunch of fighting stuff, but they have no experience, and they're not really like thinking through the process. It's laziness, right? They're like I'm worried my car is gonna break down, so I buy a bunch of tools, but then it breaks down. I have no fucking idea how to fix it, even though I spent $100,000 on fucking Snap-on tools, right?
Right.
It's as an analogy. They're buying all the stuff, but they're probably not using it right, not applying the proper context to things, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's what I just pretty much chalk it up to, ignorant consumerism. And real quick, I want to say, was briefly mentioned, but what you already have as far as on the budget side of things, what you already have can work, right? You already got a 30-06 bolt gun that your dad handed down to you as your grandpa's hunting rifle, and it's got a fixed, it's fixed 10 power or 3-9 or whatever on it. That can be your service rifle. You have a revolver, that can be your EDC. It's not what I would go spend money on, but if I was broke and I already had this item, just get good with that and then work on fitness and tactics and bushcraft and that sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Again, the shooting and the banging is very, very small of the total picture of what you'll be doing and what you'll have to do.
Yeah, because it's obvious. It's an obvious motif that we've seen time and time again, that even people that are kitted the fuck out, where they come up short is in skill. You know what I'm saying? So if you can leverage that, that's going to be your deciding factor. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick, I want to read these real quick and then welcome Bones in here, respectfully. Little Booty Fart for $5 says, can't stay tonight, but here's my broke boy dono, heart, heart, heart. Also, white circle power. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Fucking, and then we also got another $1.99 from Battle Rifles. He says, 12 gauge and cheap handgun plus Condor is actually based. I would intend to agree 10 times out of 10. Thank you very much for that, brother. And Bones, welcome in, brother.
Hello, Kings. It's good to be here. We've had a busy day today, but we made it in. The lights of Gondor were lit, and the homies respond. So we made it in. Good to see you, Bucky. It's been a hot minute. Good to see you joining the brotherhood of the Goonsday Preppers.
Respectfully, yes, absolutely. I think he's like the first real guest that we've had on here. I can't think of anybody else that's hopped on.
I thought having a mask was part of the dress code.
Well, the Bones never does that.
Break all the rules always. I don't listen to any rules anywhere.
Yeah. Neither does Jiwa. Jiwa doesn't wear a mask ever, no matter what.
This
Not
sign
even
wouldn't
once.
stop me, even if I could read.
Even if there's a fire, I'm not wearing a mask.
Yeah. I think the only other guest we've ever had on here was John. Was Focus Trip, so he popped in.
He did hop on a few times,
he,
yeah.
He popped
once or
in
twice.
to shit on our LPVO knowledge, respectfully.
Mhm.
Meatball knowledge.
Yeah.
Meatball.
I think the thing, I'll say in defense of the guys who are panic buying or hoarding is that can be a good way to accumulate resources, right? And you can trade those off in the future if you need to do whatever you want to do. It can be a resource for guys, but I agree with you. The sexy thing of just like get good with a boring gun, it's never really going to appeal to. I don't think that's ever going to be a viral video on YouTube. Maybe someday, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
Like,
dudes, they want to... Go ahead, King.
I was gonna say.
No, go ahead.
Looking at chat here. There's some funnies. Got some funnies in here. We got let's see, where the fuck is it? Fucking shit is auto scrolling and it's killing me right now. Yeah, Dogman Actual.
wait.
Yeah, wait. Dogman Actual says, is Bones Maloney tiny or does Uncle OG have giant's blood?
Both.
Both. Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit of
Both.
column A, column B, respectfully.
No, don't let him fool you. OG's only 5'7". I'm actually just 4'3".
Yeah, no shit. And then we got another Dogman funny. He says, "Remember, when you turn 30, you have to give up your guns because you're literally not good to anyone." That is a real quote from Meyer Flyer, probably.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then SB89 for $10 says, "I can't spend $50 on this super chat, so please read my subsequent message." He says, "Oh damn, yeah, he's getting some free reads, huh? He's gonna
Dissertation
donate
moment.
a little bit and then just fucking type a novel afterwards. All right, you know, just because you're a member and a mod doesn't mean you get freebies. But I'll let it slide this once. All right, got to set the standard
I,
here. Fucking.
I disagree. I disagree with that. Just because for shotguns, that's a super cheap weight. Like you can get like a secondhand Norinco Hawk 981 or a partner pump for $100 if you try hard enough. And especially if you're stuck in like an assault weapon banned state, we're kind of screwed with options regardless.
I kind of feel like it's the opposite. Like shotguns are the opposite of a niche tool. They're a very versatile tool. They just aren't the first choice for a lot of it. I mean, like you can take small game, large game, personal protection. You can shoot out to 100 meters with it on like a point target. I mean, it's not your first choice for a lot of things, but it's really good at a lot of things, and it does so for like under $300.
Yeah, I'll give it to him that it's niche in the spectrum of like where a infantry
Like
squad
combat- like a
is,
combat
our
weapon.
Our use of
Yeah.
the shotgun would be niche application, but it is a what its application is generally that it's wide spectrum, right? It can also do anti-drone, it can do less than lethal, it can do flare rounds, it can do all kinds of crazy shit. You can even like make your own rounds, and then you really start fucking getting sky's the limit on it.
I'd
Holy
say like
shit.
for
Everybody
people
calm
trying to
the
get
fuck
into
down. Holy
it,
shit.
a shotgun is great, but especially I'd rather trust a $400 shotgun over a $400 AR-15.
Yes.
I had dealt with multiple lemons of like Bear Creek, Palmetto State Armory, or someone brings me that and it fails after 90 rounds, or the barrel is over torqued and I'm getting 20 away out of it, or something ridiculous.
That money
Yeah.
goes a lot further in the realm
The other
of
aspect
shotguns.
is if you have no money, which probably means if you have no money and you're asking what service rifle do I have, the assumption is you have nothing and you're just getting started. So buying that, even if it's $100 or $200 shotgun, Maverick 88 is like a $250 shotgun. I fucking trust my life to him. Right? Even if then 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, you win the lottery and you build yourself out a Gucci BCM or Daniel Defense, whatever the case is, you'll never be upset that you have that 12 gauge sitting in the corner. Because again, it's a wide variety tool that has a massive ton of applications. Don't have to go down the list again. But if you buy some cheapo fucking AR that's a pile of shit, and then 3 years later you spend a bunch of money on something else, you're going to even be like, do I even want to hand that off to somebody else? What do I really do with that? Do I even trust it for like a truck gun? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a pile of shit. But that cheap shotgun, that Maverick 88, or the other thing I want to say is, again, please trade in. You can go find $200, $150, $250 Mossberg 500 and Remington 870 police trade-ins all day right now. So, a cheap shotgun that you'll be able to trust for your life and probably your children's life as well. I'm out.
All right.
I guess what I'll throw in to stir up the pot a little bit is I do agree with having a shotgun for versatility, but we're in a world now where the cheap ARs are getting so good, and a lot of them are starting at the $400 price range. So we're talking about you got to hit one shot versus, hey, here's 9 more, and it's lighter. You can carry it all day, and it loads in the next round for you. Incredible. So I just think balance. The broke boys, like, would I rather have 1,000 broke boys with the $500 Diamondback ARs than like 10 of them with Daniel defenses? Absolutely, I'd take the broke boys. So it's all about balance, right?
I would agree. My $400 poverty pony from PSA that I built to be a Wigger Winter Warrior weapon, so to speak, the quadruple W platform is one that like I built sort of as like fully knowing I'm going to outgrow this eventually. That was the assumption, right? Like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna build this to get me by, so that I can get out there and start. Because I got it for myself when I got out of the army, which I was totally not in, according to some people. So, fucking, I I built that out, and I was like, I just need something that is going to work. I need it to be basic, or at least work for now. You know what I'm saying? Not going to just fully put my hat in the ring in defense of PSA quite yet. But I mean, I've put 1,200 rounds through it, doing trainings and out in the winter in the rain, and actually using it and getting it dirty, and it's just like this thing just won't fucking die. You know, it's the tent stake that shoots bullets, or it's the tent stake hammer that shoots bullets. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it that much for that, and it will serve in that role until it simply does not. But I got a couple super chats here. Some big Chungus super chats, no less. Battle rifles again for $1.99. He says, Protro, love the vids. What about a visible laser video? I don't know if you answered that already.
Thank you, King. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I think visible lasers do actually have a use, despite how common it is for like Redditors to shit on them. We may do a video on that in the future, especially now. It's fucking dark at 5 p.m. all the time.
Yeah.
In the middle of winter, bigger winter.
Yeah.
So we might talk about that. Thank you for the big super chat. Appreciate it.
Seriously. My T&D project video, that rifle has a visible laser. Or is it? Yeah, it's visible laser. Yeah, it's a visible
it's a visible laser. It's visible if it's not too bright out.
Right. I'm thinking like when somebody says visible laser, I'm thinking like lightsaber fucking visible laser, like a fucking one of those Chinese lasers. You know what I'm saying? Which I've seen somebody
Cat toy lasers.
unironically pull up to a training with to shoot. He didn't stick around very long, but that dude was a fucking liability, and he thought that was a valid laser to use, and I was just like, oh Lord have mercy. But Entity of the Void for fucking 50 shekels. Good Lord, man. Fucking got to refinance the house after that one. He says, I can spend $50 on this super chat, so please do not read my following messages. Very good.
Fucking mogged on SV89.
Yeah, literally. And then one more from Battle Rifles for $2. He says, G-Watt screaming the truth on deals on 12 gauge guys.
Yeah, I have one more shotgun versus AR thing to say, and then I'll shut the fuck up, and everyone can poo-poo the shotgun as much as they want. First of all, I'm not advocating that shotguns are better than AR-15s in combat or whatever the case is. Obviously, the AR-15 is a superior weapon. As Glow So Bright already said, I would trust a $200 shotgun way before I trusted a $400 shotgun, especially in like a hard deployment setting, use case or whatever the case is. However, there's levels to this, right? If you're telling me you're broke, then I'm expecting you to save up $200 to $300 for the shotgun is a lot. If you're not that broke, then you can swing a $600, $700, $800, $900 AR-15. Okay, well maybe we can get something reliable, and then now we're gonna have to buy an optic, and then now we're gonna have to buy magazines. Okay, two things we don't necessarily have to buy for the shotgun. So it just starts to stack up quick. We go from literally like $400 out the door, gun and ammo ready to go right now, to like $1,000, $1,500 before we're actually ready to use this weapon system. So that's all I have to say. And if you have that $1,500, then yeah, buy the best AR you can. Get yourself 6 to 10 mags and a red dot, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Indeed. Very cool. So we got answers now, chat. We got answers on what is necessary, so to speak, in terms of, outfitting the goon to be the hatchling into the goon army, the fresh conscript, the fresh goon warlord conscript. All right, it's like, you don't
level one goon.
Yeah, level 1 goon, as it were. Fucking, you don't necessarily need a lot. You know what I'm saying? You probably have more than what is necessary, all things considered. Whereas it seems like what's generally accepted is fucking the lack of skill. Obviously, more people need to make sure that they're squaring themselves away on skill, regardless of how much money they have in their shit. So that's not something that's not necessarily a goal to reach, but rather it's something to continuously exercise and grow in. So just don't ever get too comfortable with your skill or lack of skill. Continue to make sure that you can be a more and more valuable asset. But when it does come to having the things, and in order to do the things, I think then, even if you got that fucking 7 mag, that 30-06 Boomer Hunter rifle, or a fucking Maverick 88 that you bought, You know, as soon as you turned 18 or whatever, fucking, if that's all you got, then that's all you got. You know, you got to make do with what you got. That's part of the skill, is becoming efficacious with the thing that you have. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So, if money is something that you can stretch a little bit, you know, and you're like, all I have is this fucking shotgun, but I want to check that box. I want to make sure that I can be useful, more useful in different applications. Then, I mean, you don't necessarily need to beat yourself up over having that $400 fucking tent stake hammer that shoots 5.56. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm a living testament to that. it's continuing to work for me. Your mileage may vary, obviously. I mean, when you have cheap stuff like Protraban and Glow Bright was saying, was like, you know, $400 in a shotgun looks a lot different than $400 in an AR. You know what I mean? So, although that is the case, cheap ARs are kind of getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like the low bar is becoming increasingly higher, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That means more people who are sort of blockaded financially from getting into this world of LARP or whatever preparedness. They can. It's more accessible now, and I do think that's a good thing. I think as time goes on, we'll see that the cheap stuff will continue to get better, and like I said, that's a good thing. But don't feel too bad about it, because learning shit is free, and that will make you way more effective than owning stuff and not knowing how to use it effectively. Any closing remarks on that?
Another thing is that when, like, if for someone being broke, I think of it as holistically, not just a weapon system, like, even though that is part of the budget, but also other stuff like warm weather clothing, sustainment, blankets, medical supplies, all that sort of stuff. And say, like, buy an Air-15 and you need, like, you need a rear sight for it, or you need, like, a front and a rear sight, it'd be like $50, could be $90 or so, and that $90 could literally be 2 months worth of rice and beans from your supermarket.
Yep. Yeah. No, there's a lot more boxes to check on the way to preparedness than ensuring that your rifle is 125% fucking squared away. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it does the thing, theoretically on paper, like, yes, this iron sight AR will shoot to 300 yards. But I could do it a lot better if I just had this fucking red dot, or if I just had this LPVO or something like that. But I also don't have 2 months of food in the house. Then it's like, okay, then you know what your priorities are then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta, there's steps to this shit. As much as we want to we want to consume. We want to consume so bad. You know what I'm saying? But you have to put a fucking leash on it, man. You gotta have some self-control. For your own sake. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows the time nor the hour when our Lord will come back. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're ready for the tribulation, as it were. And a quick dono, real quick, before I pass it off. Thirsty Tree for another $5. He says, SV89 said I wouldn't do a $100 dono. He's right. Here's $5. LOL. He's got nothing to prove, man. He's got nothing to prove. All right, he already let his nuts swing for $50. So, but thank you for that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing. We're having a good conversation here. I think it's you know, just have the right mindset. Understand, you know, take a step back and be like, what actually makes sense for me to get into and spend my hard-earned cash on, and you know, don't get too hyper fixated on one specific thing. So especially when money is the issue, as it always is. Make sure you've got all your bases covered before you start, you know, putting +1s and specking into something more specific, you know, once it happens.
Indubitably. And you guys brought up a good point with the, you know, if you are in the market, all right, let's say hypothetically you are squared away enough on the other fronts, and you're like, okay, let's start building up this base here. Let's get better stuff. Okay, we want to buy money. We want to spend money on stuff. You know, I think the police trade-in route is heavily slept on, especially now. I think fucking now more than ever, and I say this as somebody who is critical I'll say, critical of Glocks. I think police trade-in Glock availability is like it's like what Milsurp was 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like damn, shoddy, okay, like this shit's fucking the hotness. You know what I'm saying? And it's super fucking cheap. There's like, in my opinion, my humble opinion, there isn't really necessarily a reason for somebody to pay full price for a Glock if money is a concern for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not buying it for the purpose of like let's say you're like, okay, yeah, no, I do need to watch my budget. I live paycheck to paycheck, whatever, and I want to make my money go as far as possible when it comes to preparedness and budgeting. Fucking, like, dude, don't buy a $600 Glock. I don't think it's a fucking good idea, just because it's a waste. It's a fucking waste. Like, you can buy Gen 5s now for that are police trade-ins, often with fucking night sights and or fucking dots already installed. Some of them come with like extra mags and shit like that, and it's like, you think of the service life of a police pistol. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there ain't no way that it's anywhere near even half what the service life of like a barrel or guide rod is on a Glock. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I crazy in assuming that? I don't think so. I think, if anything, there maybe
No,
been
I
like
mean,
a
the
couple thousand
reality
rounds
is-
through it.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is very few of us are ever going to reach the barrel life of one of our builds, let alone multiple. So, I mean, in that regard, the industry won't like that, but there's no reason to buy new. If you really want, you can get used. You can look around local places, and I guarantee all my broke boys who are watching, because I know some real broke fellas. Okay,
Fellas?
they are getting it done with whatever they've got in the house already. Okay, it's probably grandpa's 357, maybe a 22. They are going to use whatever they've already got, and they'll say, okay, as long as I have ammo for this, I'm good, right? They're not going to worry about that whole world. They're not even going to dip into until they've got gas and rent for the next few months saved up.
It's true. And you know what? Valid. Even if homeboy, if that's all you got is that fucking 22, it's just like, dog, that's all you got. It is what it is. You know, you got to fucking work with it. You know, I'm not gonna player hate too much, because it's like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? It's
One caveat I would have to say is that for entry level shotguns, I'd avoid anything Turkish. Although Turkish made handguns are quite excellent, or HKs. But with the shotguns, they should be avoided. As tempting as they are to find one brand new for $100, they're not good.
I agree. I would stay away from that, and Turkish ammo as well. And if you can afford it, some steel case stuff too. But yeah, like OG was saying, I mean, work with what you've got, and don't feel like you need better tools if you can't afford them. You know, I mean, if all you've got is a Ruger 1022 and some mags or whatnot, hey man, you know, learn that system well, get good ammo for it, and make it stretch as far as you can, instead of or you've got Grandpappy's revolver or a stock Glock, whatever it is, man, you can get a lot of mileage out of that stuff. You just have to have the mindset to do it, and it might not be as easy as some other things, but buying something to make it easier isn't gonna yield you better results than refining your skills in yourself, opposed to just buying a lay dot or buying a lay trigger or buying a lay better gun.
yes.
Well, it's never going to be sexy. I mean, we live in a world where our culture is basically consume product. I hate to say that, but that's America 2025. Is like, you have to get the next new sexy thing. So I don't really think it's ever going to be cool to like go full Indian and just do it with like a spear and a little rock you found by the river. But it's very valid.
Yeah.
Good advice. We should strive for those ideals, and it is a form of consumerism, and it is a form of idolatry too. Having a huge gun safe of a bunch of guns you're never going to use. That's the same as the golden calf stuff, really. So we should all just, and like I said, sometimes hoarding can be a survival response. You can use those resources later to get you out of trouble, but just check it and be responsible and be safe. And ultimately, the only thing you leave behind in this world is your family, is your seed. So that's really one of the most important things. Not to get too deep on everyone
I'll respect
on a Tuesday.
Need that good reflection. Honestly, it's because people get swept up. You know what I'm saying? They get thrown to and fro like leaves in the wind, as it were, by the influences of this world. And you know what? Fucking nobody's safe from that propaganda. All right, so we need good voices of reason to make sure that we're holding each other accountable in a loving way. It's where all this comes from. It comes from a place of love, because I don't want you guys to fucking get killed in the streets because you know you have 10 ARs that you don't know how to shoot well, and fucking then your family starves to death because buying rice and beans is gay. But we got a couple donos here. Battle rifles again for $1.99. He says, weapon or not, make sure you have good flashlights. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta be able to gather that
Seeing is
information at
cool.
night.
I
Yeah.
like seeing.
Believe it or not.
And then we got a fucking goon upgrade here. SB89 just became a Chad supporter. All right, so
Dude.
if you guys don't know, you could become a channel member and you could support the goon army that way. All right, fucking starts at $1.99 a month if you want, and it helps me shoot into dirt for testing products and stuff like that, and making these videos and stuff for, just in case I get fucking laid off or something like that. So I can continue.
God bless.
I could continue this operation no matter what, and it's because of your guys' support. So thank you for that, and thank you SV89 for becoming a Chad supporter. Respectfully, I love that. And then Fox, he says, for $2, he says, dry fire practice is not as fun as live, but it's free. Yeah, that should be like a thing that you just do all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you carry a gun, you should, like, dry fire is like a thing that you should just do to keep it fresh in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you pull the trigger, it's second nature, and you do it in such a way that you don't suck when you do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, like for dry fire, like just spending a few hours looking at Ben Steger DVDs would do a lot better favor than a $350 gyroscope thing you connect to your phone that attaches to the bottom of your magwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making the most of the range time that you do have, if you don't have a lot of it, would go a lot further. And those Ben Stoker videos, Ben Steger videos, yeah, no, that dude's a fucking genius. Legitimately, that's like the knowledge transfer there of somebody who does shoot and compete that much, for it to be free, because like some of his free stuff online is like, it should be law. It's required viewing. You know what I'm saying?
To go on a slightly different subject, in terms of handguns, I would go for Glocks just because of like the base gun is inherently like reliable and good enough. But the other stuff around there, like anyone can shove a handgun into like a Condor thigh holster or whatever, but for like concealed carry, finding holsters is an expensive and annoying process to find one that fits your body type, your style of carry, and is comfortable for you. A Glock, with having holster selection second to none, especially in Glock 19, you won't have to deal with that. Also, magazine costs. Most common patterns of handgun I find, it would cost like 40 Arizona iced teas to go and get a magazine, while Glock OEM for the factory is half that.
Yeah, big true.
Yeah.
The commercial fucking support that Glock has is unmatched. Truly, you know what I'm saying?
And for people who,
go ahead.
Most common complaints I see about Glocks is brand new, they're kind of high in the price. But also people dislike the ergonomics or the sights or the way the mounting system is. But Ruger has a pretty nice brand new handgun you can get for the price of a secondhand.
He said the thing.
God.
My time has come.
Finally, Chad. Finally.
Go ahead. Here comes the 45-minute fucking RXM glaze.
I've entered the chat. Yeah, don't spend full price on a Glock when the RXM exists for less and is better. That's all. Continue, King. That's all. I had to get it out. Thank you.
You know what? It's so true, though. It is so true. Having, like, this was something that I will agree with you, Glossobright, that fucking, the market presence or aftermarket presence that Glock has is unmatched, and it makes that very, very nice. It's very appealing to somebody who is just like not really wanting to spend a lot of extra money on the other stuff in order having an effective EDC pistol and stuff like that. And that's what kept me around in the Glock sphere. I was a Glock head for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Even towards the end there, when I was a little bit slanderous of Glocks, but I'm just like, well, I got it because it's just like, fuck, I hate spending so much money on mags, and I hate spending so much money on fucking holsters and stuff like that. It's just, I can't say no to it. But luckily, we have the answer, so to speak. We have the answer now. If you don't have a Glock, if you don't have one, then it's like, if you already have one, then don't bother. But fucking.
I would also say, I'm not going to piss off Bones too much today, but I would also say if you can find a used Glock with iron sights, you're basically getting the same thing as an RXM. I mean, that's like the same logic of just buy it on sale.
Different means.
So,
I can't believe you'd slander me like this. No, man, I'm just. Glocks they are not bad pistols by any stretch. And then if you can find a good trade-in, police trade-in that's got the night sights, Trijicon night sights that isn't beat to hell, then absolutely, man. Play the market, do what makes sense, find deals. I think that's a really important thing. Is find deals, go look places. Find sales, find guys on the used market who are trustworthy, who are selling something. You can really save a lot of money there. And the last thing I'll kind of touch on is like OG was saying, the logistics that you get with Glock, or just a platform that's very standardized, that's been around forever with cheaper magazines, cheaper aftermarket parts, is gonna, I think, serve 95% of your common man better than trying to get into something that's more niche or more expensive that will be harder to, get mags, get ammo for, put an optic on, find a holster for, all that type of stuff. That really does save you a lot of money and headache.
Jay Lewis,
becoming
a channel supporter. Hold on, I got to do the thing. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a nephew supporter. Next Chad supporter, we gotta fucking all do that. All right, that's the new rule around here. All right, gotta hop up on your chair and be thankful.
Yeah, all the plastic haters. I'm sure you're such a good shot that the plastic sights would not work for you. I'm sure they totally would not get the job done in a SHTF. You're right. You're just such all good shots that you need the precision sights.
You have never had plastic Glock sights walk the fuck out like Daddy did while you were in the middle of fucking shooting, okay? Or, God forbid, your Glock Perfection duty-rated fucking pistol that can survive the end of the world. Whenever I go, this is a fake gun, by the way, YouTube, you see the orange tip? Whenever you go, whoops, and you drop it, and then that sight just goes fucking into the nether, all right? And it's gone forever. You have never had that happen, obviously. So
my sights have stuck around, unlike Dad going to get milk. I have yet to lose one. So when that happens, I'm the biggest turncoat. I will say they tried to warn me. They knew all along it was gonna happen. They were gonna leave me like the bad bitch at high school.
They tried to warn me. They tried to save me. I didn't listen.
They are not loyal. The plastic sights are not loyal, folks.
You're looking for a reason to leave.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not I don't think it's necessarily I don't think the steel sights are any more precise. I just have more confidence in them. Like, I mean, we're gonna talk about some other gun tubers, okay? But when I saw Kentucky Ballistics, who's a really big dude, he's a strong man, but he broke the rear sight right off the Glock. I was like, yep, I'd prefer to not have that happen. But I mean, they're still gonna, like, they fucking worked for a long time, and it's just not preferred. And the fact that SV89 brought up an interesting point, and that was that allegedly, Glock, they still use plastic sights because if people are going to replace them, they're going to replace them with what they want anyway. And like, yeah, sure, I guess, but it'd be cool if it just came with something a bit better from the factory.
Especially if you're paying $650, just saying.
Yeah, that's
well, they do. They do if you order the right SKUs. They are offered from the factory with night sights. I don't know if people know this. You're all just buying the wrong SKUs, you mindless consumers.
How much more do you have to fucking pay?
How much more are they? I am curious.
We're buying a new pistol. the fucking thing should just be good. Why is the standard so low for something so fucking expensive?
Yeah, I don't know. They should be. They should be. I have no idea.
I mean,
Catherine Glock, please save us if you can hear us.
Please save us.
Catherine Glock, please save us. Please give us
But we're
iron
talking
sight
about- I think
standard.
it's the same stream where we're talking about buying $150 shotguns because they're good enough. I think the plastic Glock sights will be good enough for most of you, unless you really try to break them or just chuck your slide against the ground. I
Or
mean,
you
then
drop it
any.
accidentally, yeah. Just
Yeah.
Glocks are great, just don't drop them, or perhaps shoot them sometimes in the wrong conditions.
Oh my god.
Of course not.
I carry a Glock. I've been carrying the same Gen 4 Glock on my hip for I don't even know, like a
Bit.
long ass time, like
I
over a
love
decade, I think.
Since
yeah.
the dark ages.
yeah, and I had a for the like 2 or 3 years before that, I was old enough to carry. I had a Glock 21 because I thought fucking you had to carry 4 or 5 to be a real man when I was a youngin. But,
Hell yeah.
Hell,
45.
Yeah.
At least you didn't make the mistake as me as carrying a government 1911.
Yeah, fuck
nice.
that, dude.
Hell
every
yeah.
dual
Iron
award.
suggestions right there.
What was, what
But
was
yeah.
your guys' craziest CCW option? Like, have you guys ever just carried something that was just totally fucking egregious?
I
Yes,
carried a Glock
either.
Yes.
21, the full size 45 for
Dude.
A,
3 years.
Okay.
a Makarov because I was stuck in a weird assault weapon band state, so it was a small CNR pistol.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
Love
I've carried a Makarov and briefly an M&P 22 pistol. Carried that for a few months.
22. Okay.
I'm like, my first gun was a Glock 41, long slide 45, boy, extra
Damn.
velocity, boy.
Oh, just what you want.
Yep.
I've
Hell
had
yeah.
many a pistol over the years, man, and I mean I've carried, like, unironically, okay, because like this is I am the living example of the dumbass who just buys guns constantly with no regard for my own longevity and life expectancy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, SHTF, I'm dying, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm bleeding out on the snowy steppes. That's my goal. And fucking the guns that I bought over the years, man. Fucking High Point C9, unironically carried one. Unfortunately, all right. Fucking no, I didn't find a good holster for it, so I Mexican carried it. Fucking, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, fucking, like, I would say probably the worst carry pistol that I've ever had was fucking the CZ SP01, the Shadow, or not the Shadow, but the SP01, the Urban Gray one with the threaded barrel and the suppressor height sights. That thing, I got, listen, I got a fucking a Gen 1 T-Rex sidecar for that fucking gun because I'm like, I'm going to somehow appendix carry this like 1 o'clock right next to my shabing bong, you know what I'm saying? And fucking dude, that was like the most uncomfortable fucking gun that I've ever it was a great gun to shoot, but carrying it, which you carry it a lot more than you shoot it, fucking, if you carry every day, that was the worst. Like, that was, like, unironically, like, the biggest mistake that I ever made. And I don't know if you guys know, but those holsters are not cheap by any means. Fucking terrible. Fucking, got a couple donos here. SV89 says, my first CCW was a Ruger Super Blackhawk. Fucking, is that
Oh, yeah.
fucking, the...
Hell yeah.
Was that the, is that the single action one?
Is that like the one in 44?
I think so, yeah. I'm trying to remember.
I'll look it up.
If that's the double action or the single action one. Because I know there's Red Hawk and the Black Hawk, and I think one of them is the double action.
Dude, this thing's huge and 44 Magnum. Good lord.
Is it single action?
It is. Hold on, I'm looking up. Looking at. Oh my god. Chat. There's some.
Yes. Single
Did you have
action
the
44,
10.5 inch barrel length?
Oh my
The
god.
fu-
So he carried the Dirty Dan. Yeah, look at that shit. God, you love to see it, truly. And then Any the Void for $5 says, I carried a Sky when I was a poor. Now I am not poor. Yeah, I also carried a Sky. Unironically, I
Sheesh.
bought the Sky after the Iraq veteran 88 video where he beat the dog piss out of it, and he was just like, "Wow, look at it, it's good to go, 250 shabing bong pistol." You know what I'm saying? Fucking, I was like, "Damn, this is it." You know, the Glock killer, Glock 26 killer. You know what I'm saying?
We've peaked.
We've peaked. Yeah, this is the new hotness, and I carried it for a little while. Probably one of the worst fucking pistols I've ever shot.
Double action only.
Yeah, and then as the years roll by, you just see like the slander of Sky, and they're not even in business anymore. They're fucking bankrupt. They're
Nope.
gone now. And
They were they one of the most common patterns of guns that are stolen or found in like evidence lockers?
yes, yes, they were.
Probably.
Yes, they were. They were the new llama fucking arms, or like the new
Like the
Ring of
Ring of Fire.
yeah, new Ring of Fire pistols for sure. Very cheap, very abundant, sold like fucking hotcakes. Probably due in part to Iraq veteran 88. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those guns were actually dog shit. Come to find out, a lot of people had problems with them. It was, but when you got a good one, you got a good one. You know, it's just a matter of for how long, as it were. So, Fox for $5 says, I carried a Glock 40, 6-inch 10mm with a dot and TLR1 because I felt like it. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
So what are you fighting against? Black Bear?
Yeah, yeah.
Multiple black bears
Yes.
from
Yeah,
far away.
he lived in a zoo, actually,
Yeah.
right next to the gorilla enclosure. Oh man, yeah. No, there's some. That was something I wanted to bring up. Was like, you know, because ARs, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, you know, the cheap stuff. It's kind of hard to go wrong in a way. I feel like there's enough information and testing out there. Real quick, SV89 $2 says, Sky pistol for single moms with mulatto children. Yeah,
Dude.
real shit. The standard issue mud shark weapon. So, but the yeah, you know, for rifles and shit like that, you know, people can get away with a lot more. $2 SD 80, or I'm sorry, 33 SD 9VE is in a drop leg holster. She be a janga langin'. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
The Smith & Wesson Sigma series is like good pistol, but no good holsters.
Yeah, straight up.
That's a problem with it. No good
Straight
holsters.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, man, I got my universal fit. It'll fit anything.
Yeah, I got my my
Uncle Mike's.
omnivore. I got my omnivore,
Yeah.
and I got my nylon padded fucking Uncle Mike's holster from Bass Pro. I'm good to go. Yeah, no shit. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, that was a problem. I had a couple SD9s, and same issue. I'm just like, I don't know how to carry this thing. That's why I got rid of it, and the magazines were expensive. So but yeah,
And
like I said,
that-
fuck. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like $50 you get a Smith & Wesson M&P, and you're able to find a holster for it in the magazines.
Yeah, lot more abundant, and M&Ps now are a lot more affordable. You know what I'm saying? I got, that's what I have right now. Sit on my desk as a 2.0. I fucking love it.
Hell yeah.
Amazon supplied the holster for $20. It was great. Fucking, it's been working good. Anyway, so rifles, very very easy to get into. You know what I'm saying? I think there's enough information and testing out there where cheap ARs, you know, generally speaking, you kind of have to be a dipshit. You have to be like allergic to doing research, even in its like lowest form. You know what I'm saying? Spending 10 minutes reading, which is a tall order for some people. But like, you know, obviously we know like kind of what to avoid, right? You know, like fucking ATI, we know to avoid. Fucking Bear Creek, generally speaking, we know to be cautious with PSA. You know what I'm saying? Like, but generally speaking, like I said, the bar for entry is pretty low. When it comes to pistols, though, there is a plethora of cheap fucking pistols out there that range from being fucking goated with the sauce to actual doo-doo feces dog shit. Like to be avoided like the plague. And
Yep.
I wanted to ask you guys, you know, what are your thoughts on that for somebody who is looking to get into a pistol? Let's say they're, you know, let's do a budget of 300 Arizona iced teas, and then maybe 450 Arizona iced teas. What are your two options there for 300 and 450? Because I think after 450, you know, obviously get a lot more options available to you. Got Glock, you know what I mean? Like, or fucking
Yeah.
MP. It's like, it's obvious at that point. But, you know, I feel like most people kind of float around that 350 mark, where it's just like, you know, anymore, and they're like selling body parts and shit like that. So, what are some things that you would recommend, or what are some things that you would avoid in those similar price brackets? Protrabrand, start.
Yeah, that's interesting. You're not quite to. I mean, I don't know if you could squeeze a 43X out of that budget. I think maybe. I think it's
On the upper end, for
maybe
sure.
close,
The 450.
maybe not fully. I think I would look at maybe a used revolver in that range. Revolvers have a tremendous one-shot stop potential we've seen in the data. Is that because of the huge flash? Probably partially, right? But as far as reliability carry, I think that would do you well. And you know, you can shoot it from your pocket like Jesse in Breaking Bad without drawing.
In El Camino.
Yes,
Word.
that's what I'd say.
Anything you would avoid in that price bracket? Anything that jumps out to you that you'd be like, yes?
Anything SCCY, anything that's like Taurus, anything that's like a not beloved brand, I would say just avoid. Because if you get something used and shitty, assuming the company's still around, they're at least going to be able to take care of you and figure out, hey, kind of, you know, what's going on with this if you're having issues, or there's so many people that have them, they can kind of help you figure out what the issue is. Thirsty Tree said PSA micro dagger for the pores. Another Glock clone. Again, just to get a Gen 3. You know, go to the store. But, you know, those are my thoughts. LCP is fine too. LCR is kind of fruity, but it works.
Very good, very good. Bones, what do you got?
I'm not super well versed in like the budget pistol market. I'll be honest. So like if we're talking right around $300, I mean, like you said, maybe I don't even know, to be honest. I think if you're going to be looking around $300, you're probably going to get something used. So at that point, like try to find something from a reputable brand like an M&P, a Glock, you know, the Smith and Wesson, what is it, CZ, something like that. That's maybe used but still in good shape. Just wasn't you know what somebody wanted, so they're getting rid of it for like $300. I feel like if you're there, I don't know a lot of new options that would be very good. Or you could look at the Milsurp market. Like I said, I carried a Makarov for a while, and it's definitely not the perfect carry gun, but it worked. I mean, you get 9 shots of what is essentially 380 plus half a P. You know, you can make it work for sure. But once you step up to like the 400, 450 market, I mean, you're getting into new flagship pistols, the beloved RXM. As much as I had good luck with my PSA dagger, I mean, I would still just kind of stay away from PSA, from Taurus, from, I mean, Rock Island Armory. I know they've got some revolvers and stuff that at least they used to make that were pretty affordable that I never had problems with. But that's kind of my limited understanding of more of the budget pistols where I'd kind of look. Because if you're below 300-ish, find something used that's from a reputable brand. Yeah, it's going to have some finish wear and all that. Just deal with it. And if you're up by 450, you know, you've got the beloved RXM and a lot of really good options up there too, you know. In all honesty, too, the last thing I'll say is if all you can get is like a 22 long rifle pistol and that's all it is, or that's what you've got, just get good ammo for it, because you can alleviate a lot of the reliability issues of 22 just by getting good ammo and keeping it clean.
Very cool. Anything you would avoid necessarily?
Just, you know, all the more budget brands that, you know, I'm not trying to say it's all about pedigree, but like if there's no adoption of any organization for this pistol, if it's, you know, a very cheap foreign made gun, that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, a Saturday Night Special you've never heard of the name of. And then, yeah, PSA dagger is an option, but you're going to run the gambit on if it's good or not. I got lucky with mine. I put like 6,000 rounds through it. It's still been fine, but you're running through, do you want to trust PSA's quality control, or are you educated enough to know what to look for? So
Very cool. How about you, Glow So Bright? What you got?
On that subject, for 2 Benjamins and a Grant, you could get yourself an AIM surplus M&P Gen 1 9mm.
Cool.
okay.
That's
Okay.
really solid. That's
Yeah.
really solid. Holsters are easy to find for it. Magazines are easy to find for it. If you want the duty style one, get a police trade-in holster from Safariland. If you want a concealed carry one, I've had durability problems with them, but Bravo concealment, very easy to get into.
Okay, my father used to carry a Gen 1 M&P, and I think he still has it. It's in 40 cal, and I think it still shoots fine.
If you really want something new, the Turkish 1911s, but the drawbacks of carrying a steel frame full size handgun. Well, at least the magazines and the holsters are easy to find for those. For something else, the Ruger LCP, the Pocket 380, but for a very inexperienced shooter to get into it, it'd be the worst way to try and learn how to shoot a handgun. It's incredibly snappy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
it shouldn't
God.
be your first, you know what I mean?
As far as for what to avoid, same as what Rochaban would say. And also another thing is that there are some handguns out there, the Turkish CZ75 clones, the Smith & Wesson Sigma series, great handguns intrinsically by themselves, but with no holster adoption, which makes it incredibly difficult to get into that.
Yeah, I didn't say it from the beginning, but like that budget of 250 to 450 on the totally upper end, I would ball that in as like trying to get into a complete package of CCW, you know what I'm saying? So like if it doesn't come with a second mag and you need to buy a mag, you should probably factor that in. If it doesn't come with a holster, which most of them don't, some do, I will talk on that, then you need to factor that in as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because, I mean, fuck, some of these options that are like, more novel and unique, in order to get a fucking holster, it's like you almost have to get a custom or handmade holster, and it's going to be like, holy fuck, it's $80 for a Kydex holster that isn't like doo-doo shit. You know what I mean?
OG, may I add an option for the goons?
What's that, buddy?
I would just say if your budget is not even if you want to save up to actually get something new, which for a lot of people, even if is a point of pride, right? Especially if you're poor, saving up for something nice. If your budget is one $20 bill, you can get yourself a Mora Neve fixed blade knife and just tuck that in your belt. And inside 7 meters, you're ready to go, baby. Just remember your melee buttons from Call of Duty.
That's the London CCW.
The Glock field knife for 50, 60.
Yes.
I have one of those, yeah.
Got one to read here. Entity the Void $2 says, I've seen RXM's base model new for $299.
A steal. A very good price for those. Yeah, they hover around 400 after shipping and taxes from what I've seen. So go off, Queen. Digging your butt on that one.
Alrighty. GWatt, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, I would get a Glock. The thing with Glock is that it's been used more widely across the world in service, be that law enforcement and military, and not only in use by Americans and NATO forces, but I'm just talking about everybody, even the bad guys or the neutral parties themselves or whatever, right? Wars that are happening that we're uninvolved with, Glock 17s and Glock 19s are issued to those people and being used there. So there's basically no way for another pistol to match the level of field testing that Glock has. So if I'm going to buy a pistol, I want it to be maximum reliability. Glock has factually proven maximum reliability for the longest time across the largest board. I am skeptical of their Glock V models they rushed to market, right? Because those don't have, those weren't the ones that were fielded, and they haven't been, right? OG hates on Glock for their slow innovation, but that's their point, right? Like, we made the pistol, we've showed that it's worked over and over and over again. We don't want to now make a bunch of changes and have everybody like, well, does this new pistol work? Right? We're going to change a little thing here and a little thing there, and then let it shoot another, cajillion rounds across the world for 10 years and then change another little thing here.
Mm.
So that's why I like Glock. I would get a Glock. I would get a police trade-in Glock. If I didn't have access to a police trade-in Glock, I would go to the used market. I literally pulled up Texas Gun Trader because I live in Texas, right? Glock 19X, $300. Glock 43X, 440. Another Glock 19X, 350. Tons of Glock 17s and 19s for 400 and 450, right?
It's in budget.
Most everything has extra mags with it, and then toss in a $20 Amazon Kydex holster if you need one.
Can't go
Done.
wrong.
I think you're definitely better off with a used good pistol than a new shitty one.
Big time. Solid. Anything that you would avoid in that price bracket?
Yeah, I mean, most things. I trust Glock, obviously. I also really eyeball Smith & Wesson M&Ps a bunch, right? So if you go to the police trading counter and they just have a bunch of Smith & Wesson M&Ps, well, that might be the gun we end up getting today. No big deal. Yeah, I mean, really, that's the list. It's gonna be hard pressed for me to have a pistol that I carry and trust my life to that isn't one of those two, in all honesty, if I'm being real with myself and everybody else.
Very good. Okay. Well, I guess that leaves me, right? And I've had a pretty wide experience, wide array of different pistols throughout the years. And actually, if the real ones know, hey, real ones, go ahead, pat yourself on the back for sticking around this long. Fucking the very first stream I ever did was doing a tier list of every pistol I've ever owned, and it was pretty fucking exhaustive, I'll say. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull it up on stream and have it be on screen. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Let me fix this real quick. Let's see here. That's not gonna work.
I gotta say, I'm curious. What was the placement for the high power? Is that a Browning high power just right in the middle of the pack? Are they not all that they're said to be? Are they not the gun to save the 90s?
It was hold on here. Let me pistol tier list. The cat is here. The cat has arrived. Bowman Neeglu for $2 says BRB gooning. Hey, take your time, King. Take your time.
Go off.
Let me let me add this to the stream real quick. Cat, get the fuck off of me, bro. You gotta chill out, man. Add this as a source real quick. Give me 1 sec. I'm about to cook, chat. Don't worry.
He's going off. Don't worry. I see the list here. A high PZ is on the list, ladies and gentlemen.
It is
there. There is a high PZ. I also see in this image made for ants. What else do I see? I see a few revolvers. I see, I think, a Shadow Systems. We got like a PPK or something like that. Maybe a couple derivatives. The SR-22 from Ruger, Desert Eagle. We got a whole array of shipping bongs here.
All right. It's not the highest quality because I screenshotted it on my phone, but I'm gonna put it in the middle of the screen here. And it's going to fucking make up my decision here, okay? In terms of the stuff that I would recommend, because as you know, I was a broke bitch for a long time, and still am, to a certain degree. If you're floating around that 250 to 450 bracket, all right, if that's your tax bracket right there, and you can't afford dick else. Why is it so blurry? Because I fucking fucked up the screenshot. All right, calm down. All right, just use your imagination here.
Yeah,
you know
use your imagination and pattern recognition.
There you go.
On this
hey,
one,
does
Kings.
it look better now that it's smaller? Does it look better? Is that what you wanted? You got to pick one. All right, you want it to be big and blurry or small and clear. All right.
I think Glock in like S tier, A tier, and B tier.
There's
and
no
C tier.
There's no enhance feature yet. All right, this isn't fucking CSI. Okay, so give me a fucking break.
Enhance.
Fucking
enhance.
AI could not recreate this.
AI can't recreate this. It's not possible. Mike Tango Whiskey, what's up, dude? Your cat hates you too. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Glock is sort of all over on this list. and in my opinion, for somewhat good reason. But this is personal experience here. At the top in what the fuck does that say? Oh my god, I can't read my own
Like
fucking screenshot.
wholly based or something.
Yeah, something based.
Something
yeah,
like that.
it does. Yeah, that's wholly based. Yeah.
At the top there is polymer 80, but those are like impossible to find nowadays, so don't even fucking bother. But I think in the modern era, if you're getting into fucking CCW, okay, or just a pistol in general, you don't have one. The Smith & Wesson Shield Plus is quite affordable now, okay, and it's a damn good pistol. Conceals very nicely. It shoots very nicely. It's got good capacity. All right. Finding holsters, you could buy one on Amazon
The
for
best
fucking
of the
20
pocket
bucks.
pistols, in my opinion.
Indeed, indeed. I would definitely agree. Right next to it, okay, to the Glock fanboys' credit, okay, Gen 3 Glocks, okay. I'll put credit where credit's due. Okay, Gen 3 Glocks are super fucking affordable, and I think they're fucking good to go. Next to that, Canik. All right, listen, I've had many experience with Canik. They haven't really been around long enough to have like any sort of pedigree be fucking built up, but I think it's going to stand the test of time. Personally, I think them coming to America and having their production here, so that instead of Turkish people making them, Mexicans can make them now instead. I think that's huge. I think that's going to do great things for the fucking Canik market. So and you could buy the cheaper TP9s for pretty cheap, all things considered. We're not going to worry about the SD or the fucking SR9C. We're not going to worry about that. If you could find one, cool, but good luck getting mags and a holster for it. Fucking Keltec, we don't care about that. Springfield, Gen 3 XD9. Pretty cool pistol, honestly, in my opinion. And Springfield is good about having the complete package off the rip. You know what I mean? They're good for that. So you're getting like 2 or 3 mags and a fucking holster, albeit a really shitty holster, but you're getting one for like less than $400, I'm pretty sure. So capital, love that. Taurus, okay, hey, Taurus haters, announcement, lick my balls, okay? Fucking Taurus ain't so bad. All right, I've had plenty of them and they were fucking fine. All right, I understand some people have problems with theirs. I've also heard of people having problems with their fucking Glocks out the box. All right, so it is what it is. AKA
You watch your mouth.
AKA my Glock 43X that had an 11.5-pound trigger out of the box.
He's lying.
No
He's
fucking
paid by
reason.
Taurus.
For no fucking reason. All right, literally. Like I
Bill.
checked to make sure it wasn't the New York version, which has to have like a super heavy trigger out of the box. It wasn't, okay? They just fucked that one up from the get. All right, so right out of the fucking box, it was doo-doo feces. So yeah, Springfield's a decent option. Man, what else? There's one more I was gonna say that's like pretty good for a budget option. But yeah, I mean the Tauruses and shit like that. I mean, dude, you might have some issues with fucking holsters and stuff like that, okay? Amazon is your friend, all right? Amazon, if it's a common enough pistol, Amazon will likely have a holster solution for you that is cheaper than fucking $50, okay?
Dude, I found an outside the waistband holster for a Makarov off Amazon from our beloved greatest allies, Fab Defense.
Oh God.
But it was like $50 and it worked. So
I really don't like the Serpa style holsters, which require the index finger to release a lock. I don't want to blast a hole through your calf.
yeah, shoot yourself in the
the
PP
video.
holsters.
We've seen the video.
Also, those types of holsters, it's really easy to break the entire holster with a loaded gun inside by just going on the ground or getting sand into the mechanism.
Oh hell yeah!
Yep, big true. So you know what? Inside the waistband. All right, man up. All right, do it the right way. That's all I gotta say. Fucking, you'll get used to it, champ. You'll get used to it. All right, outside the waistband. All right, you're gonna fucking get killed in the streets if you live in the hood. All right?
Don't tell SV89 that. It's
Yeah.
his favorite.
No shit. Yeah, no, those are definitely some good recommendations for that price bracket. The Springfield XD9 Gen 3 is great. The Shield Plus is fucking Kino. I can't really see where it is on here, but I thought that's what the Keltec was, right next to the SR9C in the green tier.
Ooh.
That is the Ruger LCP Max. Loved that gun. Loved that gun, dude. I think it's better than the Shield Plus for pocket carry. Even comes with a holster, comes with 2 mags, got pretty fucking good sights, good capacity. It's the shit, in my opinion. It's super cheap. I'm pretty sure PSA is selling them right now for 200 Arizona iced teas. So, big news for Ruger enjoyers right there. They're eating good. But for stuff that I would avoid, man, fucking look at the lower half of the list here. All right, fucking Bursa is cringe tier. All right, Bursa just single stack fucking metal alloy frame shits is dumb. Like, just don't do it. The regular Ruger LCP, it's like, yeah, you can get them for like 170, but fucking they're just egregious to try and shoot beyond rape distances. Fucking the some J-frame revolvers, I'm just not a fan of carrying them. I think they're just heavy for what they are, like especially the 38 special ones. Like, yes, the plus P defensive loads are pretty fucking potent, but I mean, shooting them accurately can be called into question for non-adjustable iron sights. But then again, rape distance gun. What are you gonna do? One of you guys were asking about the SAR B, the fucking which one were you asking about? The CZ75 knockoff or whatever. Someone was asking about it. It was good. It was good. Same thing though. CZs are cursed by not having any holster options available to them. Even like the P09 series. Like good luck. And mags too.
I would go for, if you're going to go for like a CZ75 copy, get the one where the frame is the clone of the common pattern, not the weird polymer one.
Yeah.
Just so you can make it easier to find a holster for it.
Yeah, the 75 pattern stuff is a lot easier to get fucking holsters for. I made the mistake of buying the 75D, which is the police version, and it's shaped weird towards the front of the receiver. That shit fucked me big time, raw. So, to be avoided at all costs. Cool pistol, shoots great, pretty heavy, but shoots great. Good luck finding mags, good luck finding a holster. Kill yourself. So, yeah, that's in as many words, that's what I would fucking recommend, and not recommend at the same time. I could talk about it for fucking ever. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, revolver pistols are dumb. I know,
Yeah.
like revolver shotgun pistols are dumb, like the Judge, Governor.
Oh, the Judge, yeah.
Oh, how dare you, Glow So Bright? Those are perfect for drone defense.
Yeah, if the drone is also in rape distance, it'll be perfect for that.
As long
If you're
as
about to be accosted by it.
Somebody getting raped.
Dude. Yeah, you better just hope there's no payload on it, you know what I mean? Even if it gets that close to you, it's already gotten your biometrics, it's already gotten your fucking location,
My IP address.
It's got your IP, it's got your Wi-Fi password,
Knows your shoe size.
It stole your
My
credit card
Roblox
information.
user ID.
Yeah.
How much
No, this
root gold I have.
He commented in the chat like, "Oh, what's a Glock pistol that makes me feel like I know the current internet trends?" So that was my smart-ass response to him, asking to be a trendy guy. So carry the 410, King. Everyone will know you're ready.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
once
the
I
opposite end
went
of the
to
bell curve of preparedness right there.
I went to Cabela's once, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have 410?" They're like, "No, we don't carry it because too many people shoot each other in the hood with 410 revolvers." And I was like, "Wow, that sucks.
What?
I guess I'll be cooked forever by no more 410 at this store. Thanks, guys."
For early
Yep.
episode dominance, get a 1911, put anime grips on it, and an extended magazine.
Yeah.
Loaded with
The
rat
waifu
shot.
sweetheart
Yeah.
grips. Man.
Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard Special. Folks.
Yes, indeed. Man, I think I used to live by Martin Luther King Boulevard, and I can say for certain I've seen at least 2 or 3 of those sitting on the side of the road post-crime scene. So, can confirm.
Cursed
Killed
loot drops.
in the streets with that shit. All right, yeah, cursed loot drop for sure.
I don't know about Taurus's QC nowadays, but I've seen like the demo guns at industry events where the rear dovetails cut at one angle and the front dovetails cut at the opposite
Oh,
angle.
It's counterbalanced.
Yeah, it's actually a patented design for their own sites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna release their own sites and they're gonna be great. But yeah, no. Like I said, I've had good luck with Tauruses. I've had the fucking I've shot the G2C. My buddy had 2 of them for him and his wife. Big broke couple, respectfully. Had them forever. Shot the dog piss out of them. They liked them. I had the PT92, the sweet fucking Enox knockoff, so it was like stainless and shit. It made me feel like Cyrus from fucking Trailer Park Boys, fucking when I carried that shit. Again, nothing wrong with it in the almost 1,000 rounds that I shot it. Fucking what else? The weirdest one that I had was the poly protector. Okay, so you guys know what like the ATI Omni Hybrid is? The AR-15 that's like half metal, half polymer.
I do
think
now.
I think the 60-round magazines that come with it are the best part.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they also make a standard AR that it's like sheet metal lined on the inside and then encapsulated with polymer on the outside so that it can be as light as possible.
There's also the
or something.
DPMS Oracle that was like the poverty special at the time. That was also terrible.
Yes. Well, the fucking poly protector from Taurus, which I don't even think they make anymore, thank God. Okay. It was quite literally like a steel barrel sleeve inside of a polymer fucking shroud for the barrel, and then the only thing that was all metal was the cylinder. Thank God for that. Okay. Fucking, but that gun, albeit super light, was like the most horrendous thing to ever shoot because it was a 38 special J-frame size revolver that weighed like it literally weighed like 8 ounces. Like it was like retarded light. So it would
Looks
just
like a
break your fucking fingers off every time you shot it.
looks like the Ruger LCR but poorly executed.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was like AI generated LCR. It's
AI
fucking
generated.
terrible. But yeah, no, that one was hot doo-doo feces. Wouldn't recommend. I mean, buy it for a meme if you're gonna do it, but don't actually carry that. It's hella sus. I think anything that's hybrid, polymer,
Yeah,
and
anything that
fucking steel is weird.
yeah, anything that's like we're gonna make this gun lighter by changing some of the metal parts with polymer ones. I would stay away from King. It's not what would Stoner do. It's what would Satan do. That's what that stands for.
SV89 says 9mm, safety always off. All right. Got this gun from my old man. Fucking prick.
So we already talked about rifle. Well, we already talked about long guns. We already talked about LBE. We already talked about handguns. What else is there?
For the broke boy, shit.
I saw a quick comment earlier that kind of goes back to scattergats to be a quick topic. What are the homies' thoughts on red dots on shotguns? Because I recently tried it out and I've got some opinions, but I'm curious what do the homies think about putting a dot on a shotty?
I think if it's one of those direct mounts that screw straight into the receiver, I think that's about as solid as it can get. Otherwise, running a shotgun with any kind of attachment is going to be a torture test to find out if you really cranked your shit down or not. It's just going to fly off on me.
I mean, I don't try them that often. I did try it, but the ones I seen that I like really much would have a really, really, really robust, like red dot sight. Either a pistol red dot that would handle high G forces, like an RMR or a Holosun K, or it's like an aimpoint T2. Anything else, I think it's a great way to just fry the optic.
Yeah, Guat was saying something. I cut you off, King. I apologize.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they're nice. They're nice to have, but they're definitely not necessary.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. I recently tried it on the Drone Slayer shotgun, to all the dismay of the boomers at the skeet shooting range. Nobody watched that video, by the way. Don't even go looking for it.
Oh, really?
But dude, not to get into the weeds on that, but that video has like less than 500 views. It's fantastic. But
what are you gonna do?
I know we've fallen off, chat. We're
Suppression.
fucking cooked. Yeah. No, but I tried it out, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely not necessary at all, but it is kind of neat to have cheat codes for when you're shooting moving targets with the circle reticle. Just know where your pattern is. That's kind of nice, but I think it is absolutely not necessary. I think a bead sight or even like a fiber optic bead, if you want to get fancy, is more than enough for any realistic thing you're going to do that's not niche with a shotgun. OG, you got any thoughts on it?
I don't think. No. But
I don't think at all.
I've never put a red dot on a shotgun before because if I was buying a shotgun, I was broke, so I couldn't afford one anyway. And the cheap shotguns that I always got never could accept a red dot or a rail anyway. So, but I've thought about it before. Some of you know that once we get service connected 100%, my gift to myself is going to be a Benelli M4, but I fully intended on putting a red dot on that. But generally speaking, I think like, micro dots on on shotguns is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I don't really see the purpose of it. It's a glorified fucking bead. You know what I mean?
It's just red now and made of lasers.
It's a red bead slightly above the barrel. I don't really see the point. Yeah, Coke Sam's, you know what I'm talking about. I don't really see the point in it for most shotgun applications. I think it's a waste of a red dot.
I'd say on a budget, no, just
Yeah.
because a lot of the inexpensive dot sites out there, even the ones that are quite excellent, like the Romeo 5, the Holosun ACO 503, I don't particularly would trust putting one on a 12 gauge.
Really?
Agreed.
But the ones I would trust would end up being like a quite premium and expensive optics, like an EOTech or a
large
RMR
window optic.
or something, just or T2, something that is known to be robust.
You think
Yeah.
a 12 gauge would nay a Holosun?
The
So
pistol
I've got-
dots, no. Rifle,
yeah,
the long gun dots,
good.
yes. That's what I would.
Right.
That's what I would think.
Right now, I've got an SCRS on the drone slaying shotgun, and it's been fine so far. But I've got maybe like less than 500 rounds, and it's a semi-auto. So I mean, it's not like I've got extensive testing, but so far it's yet to give me issues.
Well, Vortex has these really cool red dot sights now that are shaped for the shotgun. It looks like it's in a canoe. It's in this super long mount that drills into the receiver. So I would have to imagine that they planned for those to kick a little bit. If not, like I always say, you can't do a warranty repair from the trench. That's true. You don't want it to crap out on you in SHTF. But as far as trying one out, if I had unlimited money, it'd probably be a dot on the shotgun, sure, because why not? Same reason you get a dot for pistol irons. Just you keep both eyes open, target focus, all that good stuff. Although beads have taken down a lot of clay pigeons, just like the Tasco 9 to 3s have taken down a lot of deer.
Respectfully.
For me, I'd have to probably disagree with most people, and I'd say that optics aren't really a thing for handguns and shotguns. Not because they're bad. It's just that for a very, very, very limited budget, it's something you also have to get.
Yeah, if you're on a budget, I think it's unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah. If we're talking broke boys, of course not. But we want
to be an effective shooter. Like a dot on a handgun greatly facilitates that. A dot on a shotgun greatly facilitates that. It's another $350 attachment plus the mount for it.
That's true, but we want to level up from level 1 crook to level 5 goon to level 100 king.
Yeah, goon raid boss, wholesome Chungus warlord.
Yes,
that's
level
right.
100 wholesome Chungus warlord. That's the goal for everybody. But yeah, I don't think I even in that route, I don't think a red dot on a shotgun would be something done totally out of necessity. I think it's something that you could generally avoid and not really miss out on much. You know what I'm saying? Like you just learn your pattern. You got to learn your pattern anyway, depending on your load, and fucking just be accurate with it. I mean, unless you plan on like re-zeroing your red dot every time you switch loads. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't worry about it too much. when
Now
you're
for
holdovers.
being like level 2 or 3, like PMC or whatever, or scat or upper karma scav,
Mm.
the police trade in AR-15 like Bushmaster, RRA, Smith and Wesson would be a solid contender. And meaning the police trade and stuff already has a better quality handguard with attachment points on it. Oftentimes comes with a rear sight and a sling mount. And the only thing that would really do to complete it would be magazines, ammunition, a sling, and a reflex sight of some sort.
I'll tell you what I think are the biggest upgrades you get from like the nice quote unquote AR. Sometimes you don't even get this from the nice OEMs, is a better trigger
Mm.
and then chrome lining in the barrel. I will say are the two major upgrades you get when you start to shell out more dough. Handguards, like you said, I mean, but even there's workarounds like Magpul MOE drop-ins. But for me, that's kind of what differentiates like a true budget from something that's like, okay, I could maybe trek across the wasteland a little bit more with it. But I'd be curious what you guys think on those points.
I didn't really make it clear, but I'm talking about like a drop-in quad rail or a drop-in MOE handguard for these police trade and like 16-inch barrel, carbine, drop-in handguard system.
Well, the only thing the drop-in quad is going to get you is more weight. I mean, realistically, you just need a point to put your light. I mean, you're not going to be running a laser.
Right. No, it's like no, like something that is already included in the package, not another additional thing you have to buy for it.
Yeah, I mean, I will still say the only thing you're getting with a drop-in quad, especially like the UTMs or whatever, is more weight, and I do think it's more attachment points that are necessary for the average goon. I will maintain you can get away with a Magpul MOE and just screw into M-Lock, but I see what you're saying as far as getting an upgrade. I think the biggest upgrades that actually make a difference to me are not the furniture, it's going to be the trigger brake and then the life of that barrel. I'm going to say that the chrome lining, I think, is what makes
Do you
it
think the
also.
chrome lining is really that necessary though
I
for like
really
a
do
good
because if
upgrade?
you're storing if you're just like a hood gangsta in the trailer park and your rifle's on the floor, especially when it's wintertime. No, I know this. It's going to collect condensation and moisture, and those non-chrome lined barrels are going to be more requiring of you to keep it clean versus a chrome line. You know, you can look through and kind of see this visually yourself. That's just been my experience with like a Diamondback. Not to shit on Diamondback because it's more accurate than me still. It's just one thing to keep in mind. And also you can kind of do you can kind of shoot it clean. I
Yeah,
will
I was
say like
gonna
the
say. I'm like, I ain't never fucking brushed out the poverty pony,
yeah.
dude. Legitimately, and
But
that bitch has been like tip up in a snowstorm, you know.
you absolutely can. But for end of the world, like I gotta troll through a creek like Jeremiah Johnson, then the chrome lining does help a little bit.
Okay.
I get where Pro Japan's coming from, and I mean I've done a lot of diving into what is like the best entry level AR, like best sub $1,000 AR when I wanted to do the standardized civilian defense rifle build, and yeah, the big two things that you'll get is the barrel. So a lot of the time it's not even the chrome lining on the really budget end; it'll be the barrel material and then the forging. So like as an example, everybody loves the Smith and Wesson M&P 15s, and those are great, but they use a 4140 button rifled barrel. So again, that's probably going to last longer than most dudes are going to shoot, but you're getting a very soft barrel that is a very or that is the weaker of the forging processes. So once you start looking at things that are a bit better, you get cold hammer forge, you get true mil spec, 4150 CMV steel, and then yeah, that chrome lining is definitely something that I think helps you with longevity and helps you with a higher round count. And if you are looking to get like the perfect barrel for you, I think a lighter profile barrel with chrome lining in it is going to serve you better than something like a government profile without. So I do think it's very handy if you can get it.
Yeah,
And
I think
so
it's really plausible that you could go your entire life or entire gun life without shooting a cold hammer forged chrome line barrel. I think that's very reasonable for most average civvies.
If I
Um,
were to interject, is that the phosphated non-lined barrels for most rifles you see on the market nowadays is incredibly rare now. Used to be more common a lot 10 years ago, like the old Colt Expanse, the Diamondbacks, your Eagle Arms, budget Armalite rifles. But nowadays, mostly everything now, at the very least, has a nitride barrel.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
which isn't
nitriding
bad.
does help that. That does help. It's not quite on the level that a chrome line barrel is, but definitely something that I think if you can get a good quality barrel that is a good steel and that is nitride treated on the inside and out, definitely is not a bad option.
I mean, I fried a Smith & Wesson Sport 2 after about 8,000 rounds. Oftentimes with a diet of Russian steel case, but still that is like pretty short of a barrel life out of
Yeah.
it.
What do you mean by
Yeah.
fried? What happened to it? What
Um,
changed?
accurate, severely degraded accuracy, so I was getting
20
5
MOA.
and a half, 5.5, 6 MOA out of it. I was getting a 15% velocity loss compared to two other rifles with fresh barrels of
Yeah.
the same barrel length and ammo.
kidding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
loose,
Yeah,
baby.
that bitch gaped, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is like a lot of the cheaper budget ARs like the M&P series, it's a very cheap barrel. The Ruger 5.56, I mean it's a chrome lined barrel, but it still is 4140, and I don't know that they do the internal nitride treating, and that's the song and dance for a lot of ARs that are sub $1,000 is you're going to get if you're lucky you'll get a 4150 chrome moly vanadium steel barrel, and it will be nitride treated, but it most likely won't be cold hammer forged and most likely won't be chrome lined, which again, if you're going on the middle tier you should be fine, but like Bucky had said, I mean it's very realistic that you burn those barrels out within 6 to 10,000 rounds, and they will
Yeah.
be more susceptible to if you got to burn it down.
Yeah, even like in Brass Track's video, he's talking about like I believe it was Ballistic Advantage. If not, I apologize. But he's talking about like I know this barrel's gonna get burnt out eventually. It's just a matter of like how many more thousand before I get there.
Mhm.
Hot dog down the hallway, Thirsty Tree. We've got
Dude,
hanging like
Exactly.
Although with one thing is that I find the best type of barrel for an AR-15 or any centerfire rifle would be a hammer forged chrome line barrel. Finding those is actually quite a difficult feat unless you go for a PSA Saber or similar, which I have very strong reservations
You mean-
against due to their quality
like-
control.
Well,
in stock,
the cheapest that I know of would be BCM, because BCM will give you a chrome lined, cold hammer forged mil spec barrel, but that's the
For
cheapest
some of them. Not all of
OEM
them.
manufacturer I know of.
Not all of them.
For a complete
The VHX
firearm,
are.
a Barrett would also have like a decent like a premium Schmidt mil-spec trigger, Magpul furniture on it, sights on it already. The Barrett Rec 7 DI for $1,000.
Completely
they
out
are
of
Well,
Barrett
this-
boy territory, mind you.
But
Yeah.
that is like when you're looking for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This feature set of enhanced triggers, chrome lined hammer forged barrels, enhanced furniture, all that stuff. You're pushing for all those feature sets at least $1,000, if not 1,500.
I'm gonna say it, chat. Burn me at the stake if you want. I don't really give a shit about the trigger in my AR. Go ahead and kill me. Kill me with hammers for saying it, but that's like the last thing I personally look for when I'm looking at an AR. Is like, does it say mil-spec trigger? Perfect. God bless. But that's just me. An area you can
Yeah.
save money, in my opinion.
get away with it. If that is one thing you can get away with, I would say you can get away with like an OEM charging handle with the little gripper claws there posed
Me too,
anyway. It is just so much nicer when you're zeroing, and maybe that's a skill issue. I know Bones has had plenty of pedigree where he's been training with the military triggers, but
Let me
I
make
think
those
all-
specs.
this is why doing it again from ground zero if I had to, just like arrow upper and lower, and then just like splurge on the Geisley or DD barrel and your handguard of choice, and even the LaRue is fine, even your trigger of choice. And then just like do it exactly the way you want. Like if I had to tell young Procher Band how to do it, I think we'd all do it a little bit differently
After
than maybe
all
we
these
started.
years, man, I have never once ever built an upper before. I've never bothered fucking putting a fucking. I've never touched a barrel nut in my life. Never, not fucking once, and I
You gotta
don't.
touch the
It
nut.
shows.
I don't think I ever
It's
will,
fun. No, you gotta touch them.
dude.
I
only
want
done it
to.
a few
I'm
times.
curious. I am barrel nut curious, just because I like the vibe of like certain uppers. Like I wanna mess around with it a little bit.
Sure.
But-
I've built mini AR-15. There's nothing to be scared of. If I was a broke guy and I wanted not a shotgun, this is my bare minimum of what I would call serviceable. Right? Where do we start here? It's $890. I'm rounding up on all this. $890 for a BCM. Let's just call that $900. a PSA lower parts kit for $70. Let's just call that 100. We're at 1,000. $100 for the lower receiver of your choice, doesn't matter. $132 for a Sig Romeo. What's at 900, 1,000, 11. We're now at 1,250, and then 120, which we'll just call that 150 for a 10 pack of P mags. So that's 1,250, 13, $1,400 to get you a rifle, an optic, and magazines. Not talking about slings or light, because we didn't talk about slings or light for the shotgun. So a case in point, what did I say? $1,000 to $1,500 for your bare minimum by the time you have the rifle in your hand, of what I would trust in my life, and of what I would also trust a $250 shotgun equally as much.
Actually, I'm just looking around. I saw some really good deal for anyone looking for a complete thing. ALG El Jefe Euro Optic 830 iced teas. It comes with a reflex sight on it already.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Dude, ALG is kind of based. Like their quality mil-spec trigger has a really light, crisp break at the end. It is a full 5 pounds, but the break is really light. And I would say even today, it's getting better all the time. We have the Harbor Freight $50 Streamlight Killer. At your local
They're still
Harbor Freight.
around.
They're still around.
I thought they were getting sued. They couldn't make them anymore.
Right.
They changed something. They're back.
I keep seeing them listed. They're just out of stock, or like I'd see like a few lights and then they get all bought out the day
They
after.
bought them out.
Listen.
Hi.
Alright, I'm gonna do some tricks real quick. All right, I'm gonna bounce on it respectfully for my biggest rather the brand I enjoy the most for the broke boys out there. When nobody else was there for old Uncle OG, fucking B King's Firearms was there for me. All right, those motherfuckers have, in my opinion, probably the best bang for buck for broke boy uppers, hands down, bar none. All right, ballistic advantage barrels, fucking, and I'm talking. You can get into any fucking shape. All right, the shape of you, whatever shape you're going for here. Fucking 11. You go 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right, different profiles, chrome line, fucking nitride, front sight block, free float, whatever you want, okay? Generally speaking, except for the chrome line ones. Chrome line ones are a little bit more expensive. But generally speaking, like if you want to get into a basic 16-inch MIDI, okay, you're probably going to spend $280, something like that. And dude, I've had like 3 of them. They're great. I haven't heard anyone fucking complain about B Kings yet, and it's like I want to keep it. Shh! Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone about B Kings, all right? Because once the cat's out of the bag, all right, everybody's gonna be flocking to them because it's like PSA gonna be on suicide watch once people find out about fucking B Kings Firearms. Okay, I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you this because I love you. All right, if you're broke and you're in need of that upper, fuck PSA. Go to fucking B Kings. All right, that's the gospel. All right, you're welcome. I'm telling you now, you're welcome. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, dude, you're blowing up the spot. The B King stock is going crazy right now.
I own 1 million stocks in B Kings. All right, they're publicly traded. They just went public yesterday. I'm pumping right now. Yeah, no, they're the shit. Honestly, I'll probably do my next upper from them, and it's like, yeah, sure, they might have that barrel that might not be, fucking 14,000 round reliable, 1 MOA guarantee for whatever the fuck for that long. But I mean, dude, it's like, it's $280. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if money is an issue, you're probably not shooting that much, to be honest. And if it's not an issue, you just fucking buy another one, or you just buy a better upper, or you buy one of their chrome line uppers, or their chrome line barrels.
Bones, the 6920 has been the same price for like 10 years, dude. It's like
cringe.
It won't die.
And it's fucking
No,
carbine. It's carbine length for a 16. Are you kidding me?
Gas gets too much hate, in my opinion.
Fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
No, all you mini guys are like, oh, it's so much better because
It
it's slightly
is.
longer.
It fucking
Fuck you.
is. What do you
The
mean?
12 time.
Dude, this is
All right,
cool.
guys. Before this drama pursues, I'm gonna have to take off. It's been real.
All right.
See y'all around.
G1, thank you,
Yeah.
brother. Have a good night. Dude, that's bullshit. No,
G1
carbine sucks
There's
dick.
nothing you can't do. No, there's nothing you can't do with the carbine. If you're talking like 10-3 with the carbine suppressed, yes, it gets gas. But 16, you have all this dwell time behind it. You have 5 million years of dwell
Wonderful.
time.
Cool. Who fucking cares? Then you also have a sharper fucking recoil impulse
Oh yeah, it's
comparatively.
gonna blow apart your AR.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
AR 's gonna,
dude.
like, look
It's
around.
it's gonna be like a
turns
fucking
up.
cannon in your shoulder. Totally. It
Yeah,
just
it's-
is. What is this cope? What? I'm not wrong. I'm literally not wrong. Why are you arguing with me on this? The fucking mid-length
I
gas
don't
system
think-
is
I don't
better
think
for
you're
16.
wrong. I just think it's so like nuanced, and I really don't think I shoot enough for it to even matter.
It's not like
if
you have
anyone-
to fucking have like this. You don't have to take it to a gunsmith and have it converted from carbine to mid-length, and it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's fucking that cheap. It's become the norm because it's just better. It's not like I have to specifically go and like hike fucking Mount Everest to find the gunsmith who can fucking give me a mid-length 16-inch barrel. I just go on fucking Google and I type it in and I get 1 billion fucking search results. It's that simple.
I love my little carbine. I caress my carbine in bed every night
God
until
damn
you're
it,
just
dude.
as good. Until you're just as good, buddy. You're not...
I've never once had an issue with a carbine 16-inch rifle. I have a mid-length now, and I don't personally really can tell a difference. But if you're that worried, you can always just take your carbine.
You cannot tell.
Bones, shut the
difference.
fuck up, man. You're supposed to fucking back me up here, dude.
I don't really.
You can
feel
tell a
like
difference. I know because I went from having a fucking basic fucking carbine length gas system 16-inch fucking gun to a mid-length, and I was like, wow, this actually does shoot softer. Is it like 22
gassy.
difference?
It was
No,
too
it's not.
gassy.
Oh my god, that's not what I'm saying. It's
I'd have to see both side by side to know.
Or-
Because I used to have carbine. Now I've got mid-length.
Listen. Why in 2025, the year of our Lord, would anyone go out of their way to purchase a carbine length fucking 16-inch upper? They shouldn't. There's no fucking reason. Matter of fact, you go on B Kings, all right? You go to the fucking you go to the fucking the promised land, B Kings, and you look up any of their 16s. You look up for a carbine, they're going to tell you to go fuck yourself, all right? Because they don't even bother. They're like, "Why? What is the point? Why would I give you this unoptimized mess of a fucking upper?"
So it's not that I'm buying a new 16-inch carbine.
Uh-huh.
It's that I already have one from like when I was in
Oh,
college.
okay. So that's what it is, right? That's what it all comes down to. That's
And then here,
not the
The-
point.
the
Why are you
thing
arguing
about
with me
it-
on that then? If you already have it, that's
I-
fine. I'm not saying you should go out of your way to get it if you already have it. I'm sorry.
I think the big nuance for people is, well, I had a Geisley, and instead of Bendy Bill, I think they should call him Gassy Bill. Let me just tell you, both myself and actually Focus Strip, for whatever reason, the 16-inch porthole is drilled way too big in their Geisley length. So even though it's longer than mid-length, it's just blown the fuck out that hole and it's way gassy. So they changed the size. I do think the size matters more than actual, your length and all that bullshit. So, but I don't. If you have a mini, that's fine. You can be part of the group. We're not going to exclude.
Like, yeah,
We
because
love
the
our
mid-length
carbines.
16s are the weird ones.
Now there is pistol length, which is even shorter and more retarded.
That is retarded. I shot
That
it.
is wild.
I think the T&D build that I shot this weekend was 7.5,
Pistol.
and I think it was it pistol.
Well, because
probably
if it's
was.
7.5,
has
carbine
to
goes
be.
all the way out to 7 inches. Yeah, it'd have to be
It has
pistol.
to be. Yeah, that would be like dissipator territory. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
So you survived the rough harshness of the shorter gas length.
Only.
Well, it's because his face was a foot away from the chamber, with the height over bore, so he was able to get away with it.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's
Here's a superior option:
what?
a 7.5-inch barrel, pistol length gas system, a single chamber brake.
Oh God, dude.
Yes.
Single. Yeah.
Dude, the
a tank
A2
brake.
on that was even concussive, and I was like 15 feet away, and I was like,
Dude, The only reason that gun was controllable was because of the 3 D-cell batteries in the mag light that was taped to the handguard. All right, that was the only.
Dude.
It was literally like competition weights, like weighing it down.
Yeah.
But dude, when I was shooting, like, I made a barrel wall to simulate cover and shit like that. Fucking when I popped out from behind it, and just like didn't bother to put the muzzle beyond the fucking barrel. It was just like. Like every time I pulled the fucking trigger, dude, it was like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you ever been to it? You ever been to a competition? You have the people with those muzzle brakes, and they jam it into a VTech barricade, just a muzzle,
Oh
and then
man,
just blast splinters everywhere.
My eyes.
dude, that was my poor cameraman Jester, dude. He fucking we did some. Not gonna lie, all right, we did some pretty. It made me question. Like I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you fucking sure you want to stand there while I shoot? And he was just like, just go. You're not gonna shoot me, right? I'm like, all right. You know, this guy's like fucking upgraded Micah. You know, he's down for whatever. And fucking
Bait.
literally, like I'm in the prone shooting shooting at the range and shit like that, and he's like 5 yards away from me. Like fucking, if I'm here, he's like here. You know what I'm saying?
You should get him to say base things into camera just to have him get yelled at by others on Twitter.
Yeah. I think next video I'll have him do that. We'll put a mic on him, and
Hell
fucking.
yeah.
But dude, he was like, I'm shooting in this this little berm that we have on the property, and it's got like briar bushes all around it and shit. He's like, dude, I was getting hit by something like every time you fucking pulled the trigger. I'm like, it could have been paint from the mag light, or it could have been fucking like literally thorns and bark from the briar bushes and shit.
At this point, just give him a ballistic helmet with one of those like full length riot face shields.
Yeah. Give
Yeah,
him
he's
a
gonna
welding
use
mask.
the Escape from Tarkov anti-head eyes meta
We're gonna
helmet.
Yeah, we'll give him a killer mask.
Yeah.
To keep
A
him safe.
long sleeve shirt and some aramid gloves or puncture resistant gloves or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
anything for views, man. Anything for click rate, you know? Fuck. Gotta get those good angles and shit. And he was down for the cause,
Yeah.
so big respect to the homie for that.
He did great things.
He did.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna be getting out of here too. I'm dropping like flies, the homies. We can only aid Gondor for so long. I've got to finish packing my things for the sandbox. So,
God bless, dude.
gentlemen,
Bones, it's
it was
been
an
fun.
honor.
It's been real. Hopefully, you can get some nice desert Wi-Fi out there or something.
I hope so. That's the goal, gentlemen. Keep it real. Keep your heads held high, Kings.
Thank you, brother.
Ask the 25 series guy to install the sketchy Starlink.
Yeah. Give it the Haji link. Yeah, exactly.
Good thing on the base. Look out.
Mm. Oh man, old Bones.
So anyway, next week I'm gonna upload a video called "Why Mid-Length is Superior" for the clicks, and we'll
Yes.
just, we'll do it that way.
And then maybe 2 weeks later, you should say why I'm only using carbine length from now on.
Stop talking about gas length.
Yeah, literally.
That'll be the next one.
Holy fuck.
good stuff.
That would be funny as hell.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope Bones is okay in the desert. I mean, I hope he doesn't get blown up. He is gonna have more tours under his belt than most gun tubers when he gets back. So
Yeah.
If only you can do a Valgear and do a tier list for different foreign hand grenades.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
yeah. I mean, he could find a wife over there. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
kind
a
of
goat. I mean, a
Nice.
goat. You can't really bring that back to America.
The fucking repatriation is a lot easier for 4-legged creatures than 2-legged creatures, though, I will say.
Yeah, they have to come in legally. I don't know about Bones. It's
Yeah.
like the wife loophole. Who knows?
He's only doing it for BAH, all right?
Yeah.
Just for the
Hell yeah.
benefits. Right on. Chat, how we feeling? We still got 40 people hanging out here, all right? That's fucking awesome. Fucking who's oh yeah, I talked about blue fucking B Kings already. People were asking about the gas system. They were asking why gassy so good. Fucking Lufer says that mid-length is superior, would agree. Art Vandalay says carbine on a 16th. What year is it? That's kind of my point. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's antiquated almost. It's like what's
Yeah, well, I'm monk status now because that was like, I mean, 6920 was the shit like
it
10 years
was.
ago. You know, you go to Shields or whatever hardware store. We didn't have a Shields back then, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I do wonder if it's less sensitive to a can just because of all this dwell time after. Is this cope? I mean, you can stop me if this is cope. It might be, but
I don't have enough
My
can
my
experience
Smith
to
and
say.
Wesson my Smith and Wesson Sport 2 was overgassed, and I had to like put an H2 in there when I was using standard loading 223 or M193. It did work exceptionally well with steel case ammunition.
Hmm. Just because of the blow by.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't see why it would be relevant anymore, and that's why I don't think it's as prevalent. Honestly, like it's there's no not that you're like necessarily like, oh my god, it's gonna fucking blow apart the rear end of the gun or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a carbine length, like, oh, if you got a 6920, throw it in the fucking river or some shit. But like, I I think if you're purchasing, there's no reason. But if you already have it, like I said, like I clarified, all right, credit where credit's due. There is nothing necessarily wrong with it, but just don't bother going out of your way to get a carbine length 16. Otherwise, I mean, if that's the case, if carbine is the shit, it's like, why don't you see carbine length fucking 18? That shit would fucking cycle in slow motion theoretically. You know what I'm saying?
and that's the thing too is like where do you go rifle then? You know, because guys with 18 SPRs will say, well, I can one rifle, and
Yeah.
guys with 11.5s or the 12.5s will say, well, I can squeeze in a midi. Is that more on the bleeding edge of like a 12.5 especially versus
Yeah.
the carbine? That's what I question. But for 16, I agree. There's all that ass of the barrel out there that you can do something with, and it's a little bit short. And the sight radius is short, you know, for the GWATs and the sight adjustments and the rail space and all that.
Hmm.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I understand fully.
Especially
Where the
for fucking what's it called? For front sight blocks. Yeah, I think you kind of want as much reliable gas tube length as much as you can get. For 12.5, I mean, I've been re-exploring 12.5. All right, I kind of
yeah,
went
I
gobbler
have as
mode on
well.
12.5. But then shooting that 7.5 over the weekend, I was like, man, having a short barrel was fun, and it was nice and handy. You know what I'm saying? So like I was kind of like tinkering with the idea of a 12.5, and then I was thinking like, okay, I'm not actually going to put a Hydra on it again, so I would actually have to start putting shit on the handguard all over again, including backup iron sights, because they're valid, and we all know that. Let's not pretend they're not.
Yeah. What are your current feelings on 10.3? Is it just over for 10.3
Dude,
guys?
but
well,
for me, I
that's
find it obsolescent. Obsolescent. Like if you have one, okay, but these short guns in general, especially a 10.3 or 10.5, the wear it accelerates and beats itself up much more quickly.
Oh my God. This is the other thing. It's like Reddit NPCs. They always repeat the same thing, dude. I'm going insane. With the 10.3 and carbine length gas, I'm the biggest hidden boomer on this fucking platform. No, it's no, closer. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So have you used a 10.3 personally?
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's the main short thing I have. Like once I wear
yeah.
out the barrel or have to rebuild the thing, I'll put an 11.5 on it. But I mean it's fine for what it
Like,
is. But
but for your needs specifically, has the 10.3 ever let you down in terms of like, okay, I couldn't hit this, or I couldn't decimate this piece of trash at the range or whatever at this length, or are you just kind of like thinking that you need another
I
inch? That's
I'd,
what you
I'd
said.
say taking it out to like past 300 meters. I've been having difficulties with a 10.3. I'll probably have the same issues with an 11.5, but for a
So if
rifle
you're
for
actually
somebody
shooting past
14 and a half
300,
and longer would be
yeah,
adequate.
I think that's totally valid if you're actually shooting past 300. You know, it's
on
like you do need it.
on one end of the
Or
extreme spectrum. That 7.5 that I was shooting, fucking, I mean, obviously extreme end of the spectrum here.
Was
The
it fun though? I mean, because that just seems like it'll be fun to let it rip.
I don't think there was a time where I was shooting it where I wasn't smiling, and you could probably see that on the camera because it's just like it's so quirky, it's so quirk chungus how short the barrel is on that. While also cycling reliably, I'll say I didn't have one fucking short stroke, one failure to eject. Like it was just good. It worked. Weirdly enough.
That's the thing. Like the fact that pistol lengths run so well makes me feel like, oh, dude, carbine is like it's like the lap of luxury.
Yeah,
It's
it can
like
be for short
good.
barrels. Yes, for short barrels for sure.
The 7.5 I have, I would get it to run reliably. I had to put an H3 buffer in there, and
Really?
I think shooting it a lot would give me TBI.
Yeah.
You got to double up when it's shot short. You kind of got to double up, you know.
Yeah.
It enhanced the inherent stupidity I already have, which doesn't really do me any favors.
Yeah. But I'll say, like I said, exploring the pistol length barrels, not necessarily gas, but pistol length barrels and stuff like that. 10.5, I'm not totally against it now. Having tasted the fountain of shortness that is the 7.5, even though it's ridiculous, because even at 100 yards, I was shooting it at 80. Just because I couldn't see the target at our normal 100-yard mark. Got to do some landscaping on the old property, but fucking dude, like you can hear it in the video when we go back and do like long range shooting with that gun. It's like PCC territory where it's like bang, ting, bang, ting. You know what I mean? Like like you could catch the fucking bullet at 80 yards type shit.
Yeah, that's wild. Just tuck and roll, boys. Dodge out of the way.
Yeah,
Like
right.
Ronaldo.
When you see the flash, duck. It'll miss.
If you want to have your firearm also double as a flashbang device.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, maybe it's just that barrel. Maybe the gas port was properly fucking made to halfway decent tolerances. I think the upper was a spikes. It was a spikes upper. And barrel, whoever the fuck makes that. But gas ejection or ejection pattern was pretty good and consistent. The muzzle flash, weirdly enough, mind you, shooting during the day, wasn't bad necessarily. Even out of a fucking pistol length 7.5 wasn't terrible. A2 birdcage, mind you.
It really is.
I do have an idea to stray away from to talk about AR-15s. For bolt-action rifles, I find that surplus rifles, most of the time the ammunition be difficult to find, but the base rifle is inexpensive. But for precision, I think is a rabbit hole that is a trap for most people. Bolt actions aren't necessarily bad, especially if you're having a lightweight hunting rifle for game or utility. And you can find those really inexpensively, 300 Bonzeronis. For a base gun.
Yeah,
and
Ruger
308.
Americans, shit like that.
I have what has to be like a $300 or less 270, and even with it the way it is, I think it's more accurate than I am, or at least just as.
Yeah.
So
No
yeah,
But
no hate to the whole Q people, but people fall into that whole ecosystem. Like, I got to get the Q fixed, super shorty, 1 million range thing. It's like, brother, you never shoot past 100. So
Right,
what's
like-
really gonna
Yeah, especially for new shooters or people on limited budget, I think precision bolt rifle is a dangerous trap that should be avoided.
Yeah, dip your toes in it and then not much more. You don't need to go super crazy with it, unless that's you, unless you are a desert wanderer. You know what I'm saying?
And-
Fucking,
and if anything,
you're regularly
I'd-
shooting that long range.
And if anything, if you want to learn that, I'd say rimfire would be a lot better, like the Ruger precision rimfire as a base gun. And that wouldn't be too much of an issue to deal with, or you can learn wind and all that sort of stuff.
I think RPR is the go-to for that reason, for sure.
Quick dono here. Almost missed this one. Entity the Void, $2. He says, gas piston rifle, don't care about dwell time.
Oh yeah, you ever seen the QBZ 191 where they have a SKS style short stroke piston system, but a hugely bored out gas port? Very interesting rifle.
Yeah, conceptually, from an
Yeah, the
engineering
people's-
standpoint.
The people's the People's like Weapons Museum had like one of their engineers talk about the design philosophy and did a pretty detailed strip on it.
No shit.
Yeah.
In the YouTube like AI dubbing into English was actually quite it worked very well for this video.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about the AK, I mean, which is known to be like kind of the god of reliability, right? Like running in the desert with minimal maintenance. And I'm thinking about its gas system length, and it is just interesting. I mean, it's a little bit, I'd be curious what the exact measurement is of it versus carbine. Maybe somebody knows that, but interesting to think about.
I don't know
Indeed.
the port size off the top of my head
Yeah.
Yeah,
for the
well, it's bigger,
AKM,
but
I'm not a communist. I wouldn't know. You know.
but for the but for
yeah,
precision
it's kind of
rifles, I
funny. Carl is
or
always right.
True.
or
Sorry.
the special or like special like precision calibers, I think is something that a new shooter should not approach.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the hot trend in like consumer gun tube. And I don't hate any of these guys, but it's like, brother, most of us can't stack 5.56 deep enough to, just
Or
afford
like
that.
someone spends four grand on a build and they don't know what the parallax adjustment on a scope is.
Oh God. Yeah. Literally. This was
Yeah.
an idea that I was going to explore, and I guess this is a good time to talk about it anyway. We're talking about the poor fags out there. When it comes to long range stuff, we'll just say long range for 99% of people is literally 300 yards. For a
Yeah,
generally speaking,
200.
that's the outer rim, so to speak, of most long range engagements, whether it be for game or otherwise. And I think for most brokies out there, they, like you guys said, just getting that Savage Axis or that fucking Ruger American, the cheap gun to run the ammo that is capable of carrying enough fucking terminal velocity out to that range effectively, I think is a good place to fucking start, and you don't need to do like a crazy fucking Howa 1500 build or anything like that. Which, I mean, you still can, but it's just going to be more
The
expensive.
base hunting rifles are inexpensive for what they are, just a 100, 200 more than the competition rifles for a lightweight bolt hunting rifle.
It's true. It's true. And more importantly, the caliber selection, I think, is like, obviously that's the secret sauce that everybody gets caught up on. Personally, okay, because I am broke and I have survived the COVID ammo shortage. All right, it's still fresh in my memory. He literally nutted in me and he's already looking for ammo. You know what I mean? That old meme. Fucking, I think for long range stuff, I mean, everybody simps after fucking the 6.5 needs more and ammos like that. Or whatever the fuck 6
Still
are.
going on.
I personally, I wouldn't even bother with 308 because I've seen runs on 308 go bye-bye, like real fucking quick. Quick read here. Scout for $5 says precision. I think you're looking for 6.5 Creedmoor 6-inch barrel with a full-size can. I'm pretty sure that would make Reddit happy. Yeah. There it is. There it is. That's the one. That's the peak. Thank you for that, dude. But I think personally, for the average long range goon, okay, they would be sufficed with just like I said, that Ruger American in, I think, 270. I'm highly I'm with you there. I think 270 is the shit. For one, it's super common, available in a lot of places, hunting rounds, precision rounds. Fucking, you can get hand loads for them, fucking pretty cheap. I think it's the shit. I think it shoots pretty fucking flat. It carries good velocity out to fucking range at like 300 yards and shit like that. The round itself isn't super expensive compared to like 6.5 and stuff like that. I don't think you'd have to worry too much about a run on that necessarily. Like even like 308. 308 I think is like, I think it's overhyped. I think it's overrated personally, for most people, because one, it's expensive, two, it's too common to a fault. So if there ever was a run, it's going to go bye-bye. Like, it's going to be one of the first to go bye-bye right after 5.56, 9 mil and shit like that. And yeah, I just like I said, I think the ballistic capability of 270 is just better. So you get the cheaper round, it's more commonly available, and flatter shooting with the better performance at range than fucking 5.56. You know what I'm saying? Why not
Yeah,
go with
and
that?
you can actually drop a deer. You can actually do a one-shot stop
Right.
with it. With pretty good range. And I agree, King is a 270 enjoyer. Yeah, it's like a kind of flatter 308,
Yeah.
slightly improved in that way.
Yep.
Even the insane, like some of the most beloved rounds are those next down versions, the Wildcat rounds. Like even 22 250 is basically like what guys think their 20-inch AR is,
Mhm.
but in real life. So that's
Yeah.
a good one.
And
And
you
yeah,
you
this
honestly have a lot of pedgree to speak on this, being that you're the only YouTuber that hunts,
oh
right?
my gosh, literally the only one. Yeah, people know this. That's a literal comment that I made, honestly. No, that's crazy. But no, yeah, I think these 6.5 meme wars are still going on. It's like every year the industry churns out a new thing you have to buy of like six something.
Mm.
And I do think we're still deciding what that is. I do think it has to eventually, the replacement, fit 30 rounds into an AR mag, use the same bolt without getting this goofy, like gapped out, like widened out bolt. Like, who wants that? Like, that's not
Yeah.
what Stoner intended. It's too big of a gap. So we'll figure that out. And then, like, really, if you want to go crazy, it's like 338 Lapua for like 300 Win mag.
Yeah.
Um,
One,
like it's like two or three that have been decided on already by really smart guys. And so
Yeah.
it's like, there's your answer.
one interesting thing I would do for like big boy rifle. I don't like battle rifles for the pores. In full, it's just most of them are like poorly built. But for one thing, for an expensive full power rifle, if you want to like shoot larger game with it, the Mosin Nagant, they're lowering in price. The light ball ammunition is incredibly
Finally.
cheap, and hunting
I
Finally.
was
ammunition is just like 80 cents a cartridge. And you can
that
already get an
round
integrated set of sights.
a good amount of energy out to really extended ranges. So I was thinking that. I didn't want to say it like be the Mosin fun. No, that's the reason the PKM was so devastating, right? In the global war on terror,
Mm.
is all the energy that round carries. So
I
kind of
got
wild.
a dono here from Johnny Waka, 877. He says for 4.99, you get a lot of respect at the inner city range with 11.5 and a surefire break. Yeah, I'm pretty sure women flock to that location, like echo location, just to have sex with you, based purely on the concussive blast that happens at inner city ranges when shooting that kind of setup. I would
At
tend
least
to
you're not
agree,
blasting a hole into the ceiling or the
bro.
carriage.
with your sightless AR.
Yeah,
No
Yeah,
shit.
indoor ranges love it when you bring in black tip. I heard,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
It's some ranges require it.
M855, M855, they love that too.
Mm.
yeah,
Backstop destroyer speed run any percent. Truly. Yeah, I think. Damn, we covered most options here. You know what I'm saying? As far as the other stuff, I mean, dude. I mean, shit. We could talk about fucking.
Fitness is free.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like skills, shit like that. Like fucking. You need to be doing it all the time, like regularly, because if you don't, you'll forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Doing it one time is not enough. You don't train until you can do it. You train until you can't forget it. You know what I'm saying? That should be the goal, and even then, train it some more. So fitness is part of that. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So yeah, don't be fat, chat. I say this every stream. Don't be fat. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. I don't make the rules, but them's the rules.
true, true. Training is what you fall back to as well.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
I'd
Um,
say
sorry.
I'd
Go
say
ahead.
logistics and medical training is probably the first thing you should learn if you're starting from nothing. Stop the bleed. Inexpensive. They're all over the country. Valuable skills to learn. Because even then, if you're in a gunfight, you would need medical training if things go bad, or if you're not in a gunfight, you would still need medical training because things maybe go bad.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
yeah, glow so bright. How does the average goon learn logistics? Would you say? I mean, should they just boot up Call of Duty and see where they get clapped on shipment until they learn the sight lines, or like how should people learn that in a non.
The meme answer is to play DayZ as a training simulator. The non-meme answer is I highly recommend for prepared citizen logistics be Security Guide 42, like how to use a mess kit, how to stock up on water, how to cache things, and a lot of it is logistics first over all this like like LARPing with the boys sorts of things or figuring out what sort of weapon to get.
Hmm. That's
You mean
going
I
to be the
can't just like
day-to-day.
blow up bridges at the flat range and
You
dump
gotta
into old?
you gotta have a sub 1 second reload with an AR-15 to be an operator, and and if you have one analog night vision device, you're a total you'll get killed in the streets. You need preferably 2, ideally 3 goggles, like 3 goggles, like a Triclops device,
Yeah, like Sam
Yeah.
Fisher.
like a Sam Fisher device. Yeah.
Remember to equip sleight of hand as well. I forget that on some of my builds. I got added in, man.
I'm a big martyrdom proponent. I think martyrdom is probably
Yes,
the best skill to have.
That's a great one. Overkill. We love the second primary. Absolutely.
I got a do Commando Pro and then like leap 40 like 90 yards forward with a single knife swing.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that clipped on Twitter later.
Got to dodge all the bullets at once too with your K-bar
Mm.
or your
Yeah.
K-bar katana.
Mm.
I curve it like in Wanted. I curve the bullet like Angelina Jolie, not that other guy.
These are the skills that you
But
learn
in all
instead of logistic stuff. That will scare
But
you
in all
away.
seriousness, like preparation for food isn't too difficult to get and it's overlooked. And unironically, the Latter-day Saints has great food preparation tips.
Mm.
The
Rebel
Mormons.
Spirit about camping. I agree. Camping is awesome. Everyone should do it without running water and without, as much as you can manage. Until you get stinky, and we don't like the stinky boys as much. You gotta clean up.
I'm lazy. I get the huge solar inverter and then like put a projector on it and then play Russian 90s films on it. I like Brother too. And then just have it be showing on the back of a ACU poncho liner that says held up with paracord across 2 trees.
He's got it set up. He will have many harems in the coming
Many
days.
harem.
In
The Goon
It'll be
Warlord
the
will
spot.
have a harem in the end days as long as you're able to reliably project Brother 2.
Yeah, guys are gonna need SD cards full of those movies, the hard disk drives full of those movies you got from legitimate sources. So.
Worth its weight in gold.
I'm pretty sure the wealthiest people in Afghanistan were the people that had access to satellite internet, had access to a DVD or a USB burner computer, and just sell stuff to the troops outside the fob.
They were smart.
Yeah. I heard of a pretty famous bad dude who had a Neon Genesis Evangelion pick saved to his hard drive.
Bro.
So
He made it. He was good.
I mean, then again, like you can go on the CIA's website and look at the hard drive archives of the UBL. So he loves anime.
Dude, he had like the blonde or the gray-haired alien dude, the gay one at the end. OG.
Dude.
I forget his name. What's his name?
From Evangelion, the gray hair guy.
Yeah.
That was fucking
Crap, I forgot.
I don't remember. I haven't actually watched that shit in a long time.
I do know it's like they like drowned themselves in orange tang.
Yes.
I remember that.
In the remakes, he got his head popped by Shinji.
Nagisa.
Now that's the thing about it.
Nagisa.
Watch it once if you have a lifetime membership to the meme group of people who've seen it.
Yeah, you get your
another thing I
location wiped
remember-
off of the airstrike map if you have Evangelion saved on your
The
devices.
main character like glued his hand with glue. I remember that.
Oh yeah. We
Get
can talk
glue
about
for some reason in a hospital. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was really out of place, but I don't know.
He had to glue his broken heart back together.
Mm-hmm. Denji was so distraught by seeing Asuka just laid out like that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, he had to glue his heart back together. By
What a
hand.
nice guy.
Yeah,
To
he
the
wanted
house.
to make a wholesome arts and crafts with her, and then he spilled glue all over his hand.
He was so bent out of shape. I mean, that's what I would do if I saw like my partner in crime just fucking laid out in the hospital like that. That's the first thing that I would do. Personally. Well, shit.
So true.
Another
Misaki
thing.
did have a USP-45, I believe. in,
Now,
like,
now
the
to go slightly away from the anime, How to keep the goon squad from shooting each other?
Don't wear multicam. I'm a big proponent of not wearing multicam. I think multicam for PID is heinous.
Yeah, I think multicam is just a new form of what back then is woodland, and then back then VOD. It's just a new flavor of fedcam.
Yes, 100% agree. I would avoid it if you're operating in a high speed fucking goon army. Okay, and
Yeah,
if you're
too
doing goon
bad.
activities, don't wear multicam. Or
Too bad that's the cheapest clothing you can get though.
I mean, is it though? Because getting OD
Like
green stuff.
16 bucks 16 bucks for a pair of ACU pants from Venture Surplus with the Brassfax discount code.
Yeah.
Brand
Yeah,
new.
it is everywhere. Like everyone made it, you know.
Yeah.
Or
So
or
that's
if you
what
want
I
to be
have.
or if you want to be like a goon a level 10 operator, trying to find any sort of like thing with integrated elbow and knee pads that isn't in multicam is horribly expensive.
Yeah, unless you go to eBay and get Krydex. That stuff's pretty cheap. And I've heard good experience with it. I got a couple homies that use the Bugman knockoffs of Gen 3 stuff, and they like it. You know, it's clothing. It's clothing as long as the stitching's okay, which theirs was. Krydex seems to have a monopoly on Bugman knockoff stuff, so I trust it.
What's your opinion on all black? Because my camo loadout is currently all black and multicam.
Mm.
So
Have
how
fun
like
standing outside in the heat.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, at nighttime everything's black, as we all know. So
True, true. Yeah, that's the
yeah.
YN standard issue loadout is all black, you know, or Sicario, you know, and those guys are pretty cool. Or that guy was pretty cool. So
You need you need the 14 power scope to look at what sort of duct tape color someone has and what patch they have.
yes, yes. If you're
That's what you need.
operating with
At
fucking
least I have
FedCam,
clean patches. I mean, that's a good thing that at least somebody will chuckle when they're
mm.
tossing me in the pot. So
when they're throwing you in the irrigation
Like,
ditch.
what faction is this?
Mm.
What flag is this country from?
Yeah.
what kind of goon are
This pink, white, and blue flag. I don't know what country this is, but all the bitches here are ugly as fuck.
How horrifying.
Yeah, good lord, man. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I think OD
Yes,
green
in here.
is heavily slept on. I think if you're using concealment properly, it just blends in good enough, and it's good for PID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, some agencies still utilize, you know, the flat colors and stuff like that, so, you know, take that in consideration if that's something you're considering, but, I mean, otherwise, M81 is Kino, fucking Real Tree, Kino. I mean, you're not going to find, like, BDUs necessarily in Real Tree and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I don't. I thought black and dark colors, because that and chocolate chip both have a lot of black in it, and I thought that was like a huge no-no for the camo patterns. You know.
I mean, like Marpat Woodland has black all over it.
mm-hmm.
True, I guess. I think multicam arid is super slept on, just because, you know, in the Midwest where I'm at, we're really green only a short amount of time. The rest of the time, it's like multicam arid country, baby. And in winter, like the lighter grays and browns do a little bit better with the snow as well. So just my 2 cents, simping for multicam arid a little bit.
Oh yeah, another thing. Maintenance and preventative maintenance is heavily slept on, and it's something that people neglect to do all the time.
Mm.
And for a lot of these like known firearms, like the AR-15, Glocks, whatever, they have a known after X many rounds replace these parts, and the tooling and spare parts for those are fairly easy to find too.
Yeah.
Same thing with the armor manuals.
Actually, it's cool to never clean your guns. I'm a badass because I never clean them, actually.
I don't even take them apart. I don't know how. But I had this conversation.
Like sewing kits.
I had this conversation before when it comes to firearms, at least. You know what I'm saying? This individual was talking to me. He was asking me about an SHTF pistol in particular, and the first few points he had was valid, but then he kind of went into like, well, after like so many rounds, I want to look at like making sure that I can change certain parts like firing pins and fucking springs out regularly. I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, let's back this up a little bit. Like, how often are you planning on fucking shooting in SHTF? Like, legitimately. Let's bring it back to earth here for a second. And I was like, for one, if you are using the gun that much in a defensive role, more than likely you'll probably have access to other guns, if anything, or otherwise you'll be dead. You'll be dead. Like two-way gunfights like that. It's a dice roll. You need to get lucky every time. Your opponent needs to get lucky once, regardless of what opponent that is. However many opponents, every opponent is another fucking dice roll against you. You know what I'm saying? So, that aspect I don't really care for. I think the gun just needs to be reliable beyond how, if you're getting to that point where things are good and the stores are open and you can click add to cart and you have Wi-Fi and money in your wallet and shit like that, you need to do the maintenance prior to when things are shitty. Like, the only aspect I could think of that being valid is like, okay, I have this Gen 3 Glock or something that I've shot the actual dog piss out of. Fucking okay, yeah, it looks like China just invaded Taiwan. Okay, maybe I should think about replacing that guide rod in that barrel now while I still can, and not trying to do it like Last of Us style fucking workbench fucking try and fix everything, during the end of the world.
The
Yeah.
another
And that's
I think
another
goon salvage is not an ideal not an ideal thing, and more than likely the thing you would find to be like a clapped out Vishka that has questionable headspace, or like a BCA composite thing with the Amazon special red dot
Right.
that isn't even mounted properly to the thing.
Palmetto State Armory review build type gun. You know what I'm saying? You ever look at some of those, the PSA product review pages?
Yeah, I think it was
I've
like
heard about these there apparently.
until someone got butthurt about it for exposing one of the people in the main like subreddit as a one who deserves to be thrown in the wood chipper. There was a subreddit called Plebeian AR, which just has full of that.
Yeah.
That's no longer a sub. They got rid of that.
I think so, unless they revived it or did something else.
Oh no! I wonder what happened. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Bullying
Like,
on Reddit
to-
never
and
gonna
and the
happen.
catalyst for that was people mogging on this one guy for being an individual who deserves to be thrown into a wood chipper.
Ah, yes.
And
Rightfully
it was
so.
a mod of like one of the bigger Reddits.
The red or blue parts will get you sent there quickly, folks. I don't make the rules. It's just if you put on the red or blue
ain't
anodized
new.
parts, you're going to the
It will
plebeian
never be
subreddit. I'm
cool. Under any circumstances, it will never be cool. So don't drink that Kool-Aid. All right, you'll scare the hose away.
Don't buy optics from Temu as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
I bought a CV
Yeah.
Life 2.5 to 10x fucking scope with a visible laser.
are you gonna clone correct the guy that got TBI and like shot up the Blackstone office?
Yes, yeah. So I that went on the T&D build, and I thought the scope was great until I smacked it with a fucking 2x4, and then it didn't hold zero very good, so it didn't survive the Unga Bunga test. So yeah, unfortunately, the Bugman optics in that vein are not highly recommended, at least by me. People on
Of course.
PSA review pages might think otherwise, but what do I know? I'm just some asshole with a pink mask on the internet.
Yeah. Gotta survive the 2x4 test.
Yeah.
That's the minimum.
If you can't survive the Unga Bunga test, you're not gonna make it. Killed in the streets. You're going in the pond, buddy.
Yeah, speaking of, although I would recommend if you do run a reflex like a red dot sight or an optics of some sort, have a backup iron sight. Bones was vindicated when I was using a lead and steel optic. I bought off a guy for $100 out of his own spite, and it failed under recoil under 5.56.
Yikes.
Yeah, like
Nice.
I saw the dot, and then it disappeared, fired, it disappeared, and then smacked it against the barrel as bracing on, and it turned on again. I'm like, okay, that's not good.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, guys will never like readily admit that that happens to their stuff, like lead and steel or hollow sun. Sometimes you'll hear about it, but I don't think people are rushing out to say, "Yeah, I guess it wasn't just as good, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
They don't want to eat their
I
own
don't know.
words, you know.
And you don't want to overpay too. It's like the T2's $1,000. It's like, come on, there's got to be a middle somewhere,
Yeah,
you know.
there is. It's
But
Sig Optics and Hollow Sun and stuff like that. That is the middle ground.
yeah,
The
thoughts on the
Aimpoint
board?
Pro is still great after almost 20
Yeah.
years of it being in the market.
Yep. Still so.
Yeah,
Good mount too. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to go.
true.
All right. Well, what else is there? Because I think the stream's running a bit long right now.
Yes, it is. We'll actually go ahead and wrap it up here. This is a pretty standard affair here on the old GoonTube. Fucking usually we go for 5 fucking hours, you know. But we'll wrap it up here. A nice quick one for the homies. All right, I understand. You know, it's a school night. All right, kids got to go to school, shit like that. But we'll cut it short here, respectfully. Since I'm unemployed, I'll probably do this again, maybe I don't know, tomorrow or the next day. So, you know, you'll get more of me. Don't worry, and hopefully the homies. But yeah, fucking thank you guys for being here, Procher Band. Fucking
My pleasure.
Bucky, appreciate you being here, buddy. Fucking G Watt and Bones, they made surprise appearances as well. You guys can go and check out their channels in the description. I don't have your channel linked, but if you want to talk about your channel, do a shameless promotion.
All right. So I contribute a lot to the Glow So Bright channel. A lot of it would be a lot of your typical gun tubing stuff, but there has been a pivot to goon squads out there that are not friendly to us, and they have surprisingly a lot of standardization, training, equipment, media support. So watch yourself and not get clapped. They're actually they should be underestimated.
The alphabet.
One of the most recent video that is actually took off, like third most watched video on the channel would be on InRange TV, and their history.
Yeah, great watch.
Very
by the
wholesome
way.
Folks.
Great watch.
Very
Great
very
video.
wholesome folks.
Terrible information, great video though. But it needed to be talked about. So thank you for your journalistic research.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, not many.
Hopefully I don't get the best journalist award.
Yeah. You know how these people get with you know, the truth and such. You know, they kind of don't like that. So quick dono here from Any of the Void, $2. He says, "Why are none of you at work like me?" Because having a job is hard, apparently. So
Night shift is crazy, dude. I don't envy that for a second,
I
but
don't miss it.
on you.
Procher Band, what you got, homie? Are you working on anything? Anything to look forward to?
Oh, I think everybody's seen me. I talk about whatever I feel like, and sometimes people like that, sometimes people don't like that. But yeah, we'll work on a few things, and I'm sure I'll see you guys around.
I have a
Yes.
suggestion. You should do it in a very controlled environment and have a lot of precautions in place. But how much sparks of when striking steel with a 55 grain bimetal bullet, and the sparking from that?
How sparky a steel is when being struck by
Bimetal, like because there was like an article where it says like, oh, it's on Recoil magazine, like where it says, oh, we're safe and it's factory ammunition, and then it just created a huge bushfire that burnt down over 200 acres of land and required. I was like blazing in range TV, and it was just a disaster.
Oh God.
Like,
I will consider it strongly.
There you go. In a controlled environment,
with
please.
a proper
Don't burn the range down.
Whoops, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We'll hear
that's
about the video
possible.
before it comes out.
Yeah, that's never a good one. I don't have too much steel lying around close to Bright. I don't know where I'd acquire some from somewhere, I suppose, but I don't know.
Yeah, like for just cringe gun stuff, people that appeared in like big media, like the recoil mag, like from Recoil or Wired. I think that's a pretty
Yeah,
interesting talking point.
this old media is kind of dying. I mean, the only time we talk about it is when they post something ridiculous like the story you covered. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's really not even worth us paying
fair
attention
enough.
to. Frankly, honest with you, it's a boomer thing too. A lot of them watch TV still, but they're dying off quite literally. So we'll see. Yeah, I always appreciate ideas for stuff to cover.
Very cool.
Guys, tell me a few.
And
But yeah, appreciate it. Probably linked. Appreciate you guys' support. Glow So Bright, thank you for joining the official Approach Band Army. $5 a month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
huge,
Thank you.
brother. Huge.
You're one of my strongest members and supporters. So do another exclusive video for all the homies that join on ranting about something. But no, I appreciate it, guys.
Super cool. Right on, guys.
I recommend playing The Citadel and My Summer Car. Those are great games.
I've been wanting to play Citadel for a while now. That looks fun as hell.
It tickles the neurons.
Yes, it activates the neuron, as it were. Sick. Yeah.
Citadel. We'll check it out. Hot new game.
It's been around for a little while. The
Hot
new
old
one
game.
just came around. But yeah, it's fun. I think it's on
Postal
sale
4,
right now, too.
Postal 4, Postal 2, Crack Life. I mean, those are interesting games if you want to do the commentary over the video game type videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta change it up, not just do Battlefield or Call of Duty. Got to do interesting games.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I think Citadel would be a perfect candidate for that, for a voiceover game, for when you're talking about the effects of bimetal on steel targets and shit like that.
We will investigate it.
But yeah, right on. I'm working on a video. We just finished filming, as some of you know. The T&D project video is complete. I have to finish some voiceover stuff and then just throw it together in editing. Hopefully it won't take too much editing. Most of it was in B-roll, which my very high-speed cameraman took care of. So that video should be out next week, as long as everything goes right, which now that I am unemployed should be sooner than later. Hopefully I can work on that. Maybe even get it out this weekend. We'll see. That would be sick. But yeah, thank you everybody who stuck around this long, everybody who donated, very, very generous of you, everybody who became a member, upgraded their membership or is still a member, thank you guys a ton. Check out the links in the description, support the homies, go and check out Glow So Bright on YouTube if you haven't seen his channel yet. Get learnt up so you don't get killed in the streets, and yeah, buy a shirt if you want to buy a shirt. That's all I got, guys.